All right. Guess it's just time to get this started, and then I'll get to introduction as soon as I start. So we're just gonna go right into it, and I'm gonna count down from 3. So 3, 2, 1, go. Woo! Woohoo! So yeah, I'm Murcaz. I'm gonna be running the entire Sane Trilogy today, and with me I have 3 fantastic retired speedrunners of this game.
Retired, wow.
Wow, I never said that.
Yeah, hang on.
So you can introduce yourself.
I'm Austin. I mostly run this one, Crash 1.
Hey, what's good? It's your boy Blunts Moses, known for running Crash 2 in the past.
And I'm Jay Hobbs, and I'm known for running Crash 3.
Awesome.
I had to pick one for each game.
Yeah, it worked out that we're all here.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is Crash 1. So you can jump, you can spin, you can do this, get 3 masks, and you run a lot faster. But that's about all the movement for this game.
That's pretty much it. This is also the only game where breaking boxes outside of getting a mask or something like that is going to be extremely valuable. It's going to be something that we care about.
Because of this right here, yeah. Each crate is like...
Isn't it like 2 crates are a second or something like that? Or
I think remember. 1 crate is 10 frames.
Okay.
So 6 crates is a second.
Oh, right.
I think that's what it is.
Yeah, that is stuff I don't.
Yeah,
it's more crates equals bad.
Yeah, exactly.
It adds up really fast though over the course of the whole run.
Yeah.
So I'll be trying to get some boxes like here and there. I won't go like super out of my way unless there's like a lot of boxes. But I can't really think of a time where I would do that.
Yeah. There's
Not for a while.
a few different things that Murcaz is doing in some of these early levels. The first being triple mask obviously makes you run really fast, and there's quite a few masks in the first couple levels. So he even waited, stood still for a second in a speed run, but that's because it's still faster to wait and get a 3rd mask than it is to just keep moving. And you do not refresh the timer if you pick up a mask while you're already in triple mask.
Unfortunately.
So you have to wait for it to end since it's that close.
Yeah. And in the mask form also, you only get the move speed when you're actually on the ground running. When you jump, you immediately just slow down and lose all the speed. So he's trying to jump as little as possible while he's in that mask form state.
Which is funny, because when he's not in the mask form state, he's trying to jump as much as possible. And
exactly.
actually trying to...
Because jumping is actually faster on the PC version than just walking, so...
It's very slight.
Yeah.
You can't actually see. Yeah. There is one point where you can see like a tiny bit, but it's slight, but we still try and do it as much as possible. So you see, like all of these early levels, I get a mask, like a triple mask in each of them. Just because they give you a lot of masks early.
There's another neat thing that he's doing a lot, which is you might see him spin before jumping quite a bit. And if I'm not mistaken, Austin, that's because you can buffer the jump at the end of the spin, right? To make sure that the jump happens, or is it more of a
I don't know if it buffers. I think it just helps with the timing because you can tell he's kind of falling a little bit off the edge before he's jumping, and that just helps you with the staying on the ground for as much as you possibly can.
Gotcha.
And the spin just helps with that, just make it, feel a little smoother for the most part.
You're especially going to see Murcaz jump up slopes. Even these slopes they're slippery, so even in triple mask he's going to do it.
Yeah, and we didn't mind losing a mask there because we're going to lose them anyway in the next level.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah, the boulder levels just take your masks away, so that's what's coming up.
There's a lot of, throughout these 3 games that I'll play, there's a lot of levels that, especially where Crash is on like a vehicle, like most of them, he loses a mask. Not most of them, in Crash 3 that's not the case, but in a lot of them, he does lose the mask. So I'll be doing damage abuses and mask routing around that. In Crash 1 there isn't any routing we can actually do because they don't give you choices, but in 2 and 3 they do.
What, you don't want to go for fumbling in the dark strats or something? One of the optional levels?
You could play Stormy Ascent if you wanted.
True.
This is probably one of the few levels I would say where you actually can kind of tell how much jumping matters. And not just jumping a lot, but also taking the most direct lines that you can, even though you can't see what's coming up ahead of you. Murcaz has a good idea of which obstacles he's going to need to dodge next and which pits are coming up. So you do a lot of hopping, and you can really see that you get a bunch of distance away from the boulder.
Yeah, he's way ahead of the boulder. Yeah. Whereas if you were just walking normal and staying in the middle, you would
it'd be quite a bit.
Boulder would be right on you.
Yeah.
Yeah, one other thing is that we intentionally missed one box here because otherwise you would have the gem animation, which would be slower.
Yeah.
Yeah. In that case, you can get all the crates and skip the gem, but that's still slower than just letting one crate fall on you.
Right, and it's kind of a little bit like you want to make sure, like it's just a straight line, nice and easy.
Yeah,
You don't
yeah,
have to
yeah,
worry
that
about the
too.
gem.
Do you want to explain
this is
floaties, Austin?
Yeah, good point. So for some reason, in this game, when you first load into a level, your jump is just a little bit floatier. Like you can jump a little bit higher and you stay in the air. Oh, not a little bit higher. Sorry, you stay at your max height for a little bit longer.
I did not know this.
Yes, and it lasts until you spin while you're in the air. Specifically. So if you spin while you're standing on the ground, it's fine. You keep the floaty jump, but the moment you spin a single time in the air, you lose a floaty jump for the rest of the entire level until you load into a new level. It doesn't usually come into play for any strats, but occasionally it can be really helpful to just make a jump a little easier if you're careful and keep your floaties for as long as you can.
It is really nice for that one jump I did in the beginning of this level, where that becomes a lot easier when you keep a floaty until that point, and it
Yeah,
doesn't
that
lose
would
it.
have been nice to know when I was doing some runs.
Yeah,
with this.
we didn't know about it fully until not super long ago.
It's like a few years at this point.
Yeah.
Like, everything I say is like, oh yeah, not
It was
that
so
long
recent.
ago. It's like, yeah, it was 2020. It's like, oh, okay.
Now we're heading into the first boss. Bosses in these three games, like some of them have some interesting strategies and fun things to them, and then some of them are wait for the boss to let you hit it and then hit it.
this one.
This is one of them. I mean, a lot of people don't know that you can hit it as soon as it slams the ground in the HD version, so that's kind of nice, I guess. But other than that, this one's just real fast. It's nice and simple. It's probably the fastest boss in the trilogy.
Probably.
Because like Dingodile would probably be like the next one, right? So.
Yeah, I would imagine so.
Yeah. Well done.
Yeah, good job.
Good job.
I mean-
You didn't accidentally get hit.
Yeah, you didn't accidentally bounce off of them jumping on them early. So.
So this level is actually the first like difficult level, I would say, or like semi-difficult.
So the two other times this game has been run at GDQ, we have both died in this level. So you could follow the tradition potentially. No pressure.
Or, break the mold.
Or break it.
One thing to note too is a lot of people remember Crash 1 as being an extremely difficult game, and honestly, you're not wrong. Like it's a really hard game casually. Some have called it the Dark Souls of platformers.
Some.
But no, in this run in particular, it turns out like Crash 1 actually throws so many lives at you that you're gonna see that game overing is not really gonna be an issue. Like in Crash 2, if you took a few early deaths or something, it could legitimately be an issue even in a speed run.
Yeah.
But in Crash 1, you're not really that worried about it.
There was a long time when I ran Crash 2 where I would just intentionally jump on Polar to get the lives just to be safe.
Honestly, I liked running 100% more than any percent because I was so afraid.
Yeah.
And we talked over all of the interesting stuff in that level, which is you can run up on along the sides in some of the levels. It's very like inconsistent across the levels and the games. Like some levels are going to have some barriers, so you can't do that. The sides are not going to really have collision, but in others you can take advantage of that. And whenever possible, if in Crash 1, if you've got triple mask and you can keep running by jumping up on the side instead of jumping over gaps, then you're going to take advantage of that.
Yeah, it'll save you just so much time getting to just run across the gap instead of jump.
Yeah.
It is really nerve-wracking though, because you can't just slip off the sides and die too. So and this is going to be like another level where I'm going to try and get every box but one, and then just jump when I can. Other than that though, we can read some donations until I'm done with this level.
Fantastic, and we do have a $10,000 donation from the Yeti. Saying, hey all, Yeti here. We're loving the late night runs tonight. Wow, what a block to remember. We're pumped to share another 10K donation thanks to everyone who has ordered from our official SGDQ collection. Proceeds are donated to MSF from every item, whether it be the teas or the save/kill the animal pins. Your orders make these donations possible. Thank you so much. Oh, and a dad joke. It seems the dad jokes are not going to stop. What do you call it when Crash Bandicoot forgets where he left his car keys? A memory lapse of cortex proportions.
Oh, jeez.
Oh my god.
Wow.
The groans for the Yeti. That
Hope
sounds
that
like
got picked up. That's funny.
that sounds like exactly their wheelhouse.
So yeah, this is a native fortress. Nice. This is probably the first really difficult level people think of when they think of like Crash 1 being hard. This is that level that people get stuck on and start game overing.
This is a pretty easy one to like mess up in speedrunning too,
That too,
because
yeah.
it's in Crash 1. In all three of these, the levels are very cycle-based, but I'd say this is the first one where you like really feel it a lot when you're starting to run this game.
Yep. Really far behind the cycle.
Yeah, he
because
unfortunately
it's
got a bounce there off of the piranha plant, even though he spun, which just happens sometimes. So he did fall behind the cycle there, and he wanted to save that mask for later, but
Whoa, yeah, that was tight.
That was a bit too greedy of me.
I like the aggressiveness, though. That was good.
Yeah, it was ambitious, but that fire. So the main reason that like Murcaz even tried for that is that the little like flame torches will flame once and then do a big burst, and in that first one you actually do not take damage, and once the big burst is done, it like even before it's kind of all fully gone, right? You can spin and land on it. So he was really close to that cycle. It was just barely off.
Yeah, for some reason the hitbox for the flame, it doesn't disappear when it's done going away. The hitbox disappears when the animation starts for it disappearing. So you can jump into the flame way sooner than you think you can.
Much better explained than
Which you'll see probably right here.
Yeah, exactly. Like it looks like you just went right in the fire, but you're actually totally safe.
Yeah, at least in this game. In Crash 2, the hitbox does not disappear until the flame is totally gone. So you gotta like know each game individually.
Even when it's gone, it still hits you.
And Murcaz is also spinning before landing on every single one of these, except for this one. Because he had to wait on the cycle. Because normally when you land on them, they bounce, and any bouncy crate, I believe, and anyone that's not destructible, any bouncy surface or crate, in these three games, you can spin before you land on it, and it'll let you actually land, which then lets you start a normal jump instead of a high bounce.
Nice.
Native Fortress taking the first victim. That's pretty normal. I feel like.
Yeah, it still went fairly smooth.
It was a cool death animation as well.
Got to showcase those,
Yeah. Another bit of a boring level. It's just very similar to the other one, and I think it's a good time for some more donations.
Absolutely. We have had lots more dad jokes still coming in, but we have also got love from the Crash community as well. We have a $60 donation from Pup DK, who says, bad day at work, but making up for it with and staying up for the remake of the first video game trilogy I ever owned and played. Takes me back to my childhood. Thank you, GDQ, and thank you, Murcaz, for the nostalgia.
Nice.
We have got a $100 donation from Jamie the Bunny, who just simply says, "Whoa!"
That was so good.
That was really good.
Yeah, that was impressive.
People ask me to do the whoa on like stream at times and stuff. I'm like, I can't even get close, man.
And I'll give you one more. We've got $5 from Freeze Champ, who says, "Hey Murcaz, my best friend. I miss playing League with you. Keep it up."
Can't out me like that. Can't just tell everyone that I play League. That's not okay. No, thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate that. Friends of the community and friends of me, and this was also my first video game series ever, and that's why I started speedrunning it too. After watching Hobbs do it in 2018.
I think. Yep, I did that. I look back on that run and I'm like, oh man, I did not hit a lot of the stuff I wanted to, but it happens. Now Ripperoo, Austin, you should talk about this because Ripperoo is actually pretty cool.
So a lot of people do struggle with this one because it's so easy if it goes wrong to just go really wrong.
I might have missed.
No, you got it.
Oh yeah, I did.
Thankfully, that first hit though, if you step on the TNT just as it starts moving, it perfectly lines you up to just have all these other ones. Okay, hang on. Oh no, he's got it.
Yeah,
nice.
Okay, there you go.
I had to improvise a bit because I missed. He jumped.
Good call to just spin it.
Yeah,
that could have been awful. But yeah, thankfully you can just spin the TNTs instead of trying to time them perfectly if you have the masks, and then you don't have to worry about the whole mechanic of timing it to blow up right as he's landing on the correct platform. So
I highly recommend doing that because if you're like me and you want to keep the masks because you're greedy and you're like worried about messing up other levels, you're just going to end up falling in the water and losing him anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
So you should absolutely just spin the TNT.
Spin the TNT when he's right next to it. You got it.
Actually, with the strat I do in this level, I actually only want to enter this level with 0 masks.
Oh, nice.
Because of how I do it.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah.
So Lost City here is the, I believe, only level where Murcaz is going to try intentionally to get all of the boxes in it.
And get the gem at the end.
Yeah, and that's because the gem in this level is a colored gem that will unlock a route in a later level, and that route saves so much time that it's actually worth all of the time investment to spend, in this level getting all of the boxes.
Yeah, you pretty much skip an entire level by getting this gem, and it only takes maybe another extra minute here to actually get the gem. So
I haven't practiced that level at all, so let's hope we get this.
good point. I didn't even think about it. The other thing about the color gems, if you die, you cannot get the gem anymore.
Yeah,
so
you have to do it from the beginning of the level one shot. So you can die before the first checkpoint, but that's it.
that little rotating platform skip he just went for there. He tried to just jump up onto the platform instead of ride it around, but didn't quite get it there.
Ooh, nice damage boost.
That's a super handy damage abuse to do too.
So
Just, bounce off the flame.
notice Murcaz is collecting these tokens with people's faces on them. That's going to unlock this bonus, which is also necessary to 100% the level.
Unlike the originals.
Yeah, the original you could just skip the bonuses, but you got to get him here.
You gotta get all the crates. This one's not super interesting. You just kind of bounce on all the TNTs.
Yeah, it is a good explanation though of or a good showcase that you don't have to get boxes that are near TNT as long as they're going to blow up.
Oh yeah, true.
The TNT will blow up the other boxes and it will count.
Yep. Even if you step on the platform before the TNTs blow up.
Also, something to note, like the bats and the lizards in these levels are awful.
They're really
Yeah, you've been taking the bats really aggressively, and I'm like, man, I don't take them so aggressively. It's terrifying.
Yeah, they can just push you kind of out of nowhere, and it's not great. Like they start pushing you towards the different direction, and
that right there.
That bounce.
Is a good example too. Good call to play that safe. 'Cause even though he was spinning, he still got to bounce off the lizard, which if you're not
shouldn't happen,
expecting-
but does.
If you're not expecting it, you can easily just fall straight in that pit right after.
Are you going for the big boy strats here?
No, I have my own way of doing it.
Okay.
He does some decent scratches.
Okay, yeah, you're
to spin
still
them all.
doing.
Yep.
I'd call that medium boy strats. That's
boy.
good. That's a good bonus. I'm prepared for that.
Normally you have to bounce on each of those 5 times individually, each one. So being able to just spin them all just saves so much time.
Yeah, and with the whenever there's the 2 rows of the boxes, it's not too bad to spin it, but Murcaz was even on when there was a single row of boxes landing on them and then spinning and jumping to get them or to continue on, and that's a bit more tight.
Yeah.
Because that's just you got to spin to break the box that you're currently standing on, which means you need to jump from the coyote frames that the game has.
Oh, a little fun thing is that I actually stopped for that gem because in one of my latest practice runs, I actually because you can just run through it and still collect it, but sometimes it doesn't collect and you just exit the portal without getting it, and that's
For some reason the entire animation of it appearing has to be done before you can actually collect it, and it's possible to just walk too quickly and just miss it, walk straight through it.
So the reason why I got that box there is because these cycles don't start until after I cross that, until after I do that jump. So that box didn't even actually lose me time, even though it seems super counterproductive to do it for one box.
It's actually a good example to explain how different cycles kind of work. I think in all 3 games, but especially in Crash 1.
Yeah.
So some cycles are going from the moment you enter the level and finish loading, the cycles are starting and they're just going the entire time, like these rotating ones right there.
Yeah, we refer to those as global cycles a lot of the time.
Most of the time we call them global. And then there's local, like this platform right here. I'm pretty sure anyways.
I'm just going to take it very slow because I'm already very behind, so it's easier to do it like this. I'm terrified of this level, by the way.
It's a scary one.
This is definitely one of the weird levels. Just the way all the cycles blend together can just be really weird sometimes. Because some, they don't start until you cross a certain threshold or reach a certain point in the level, which means those cycles can mix with the global cycles just in totally different ways depending on when you activate them. Nice.
Very nice.
You have 2 masks, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Crash 1 is definitely the one where local cycles matter the most.
I think so, yeah.
3, it's only in like jet ski levels, maybe? Like it's not very many. And I don't even know if local cycles really come into play.
Yeah.
2 is less,
Very rarely.
especially in 90%, like to my knowledge, 2 is way less like cycle heavy than the others too.
All right, now...
This is another notorious level.
Yeah, the part where everyone's going to call Murcaz a cheater, but go do it at home, all right? Running on these ropes sucks.
It is a lot harder than it looks, especially on console.
Yeah, oh yeah.
It's way harder on console, but it's still not free on
Yeah.
PC.
I might still die. It's
Yeah.
It is. I do tend to die a lot on these ropes.
Everyone has their like own preferences with it too. Like I tended to jump on the ropes after losing the triple mask because, I mean, like technically it saves you time, but I didn't do it because of that. I just did it because I wanted to be able to make micro adjustments in the air here and there because it terrified me to just hold forward on an analog stick and know that you're holding like true forward.
Yeah. My issue with jumping on the ropes is that once I start to get a bit off, I just start to panic and I just like go back and
You like
forth.
overcorrect and
Yeah.
it's easy to do.
And it is funny, there's actually like, for a lot of the level, for both of the bridge levels, you actually can go straight without the ropes and not lose any time. But there's spots here and there where there's just too big of a jump where you have to bounce, or you have to do like an extremely tight like coyote time jump, which is when you jump after walking off a ledge. And it's, if you can go up on the ropes, it's like do that instead because it's going to make that a lot safer.
Bouncing is also extremely slow.
Yeah,
it slows you down
very
It's
slow.
really bad. So I want to bounce, like any bounce you see basically is going to be unintentional and a mistake.
Yeah.
If you're moving like horizontally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vertically, it's
Vertically, you got to do it.
Yeah, so this is the second boulder level. It's pretty long and boring, so might be a good donation spot as well.
Yeah, it's perfect for donations here.
I got you covered. Before I do any donations, just like to remind everyone about some of the challenges we've got coming up. We are less than $100 away from unlocking the Baloo's Tower bonus level for the Klonoa Fantasy Reverie Series run that's happening later on. So let's get that met, and I am not biased at all with me being on the commentary bench for that one.
Oh, nice, yeah. Shasta's really cool, so I'd love to see Shasta.
I'm looking forward to that.
We have 2 other challenges underway as well. We're $4,000 away from the Lunastice new character / level showcase. And we have $1,595 towards our $30,000 milestone for the Pokemon Coliseum Miracle Bee fight. So remember, if you are donating to GDQ, make sure you scroll down after you've put in your donation amount and select which incentive you want to put your donation towards. A donation just like this one, $25 from StormFox116, who says, I love Crash Bandicoot, chef. Also, fellow chefs help us get Umbreon to be the darkest chef.
Yes, chef. All right, this is a level very similar to Lost City, which we saw earlier, but thankfully he doesn't have to get the gem in this one. That'd be awful.
That would be.
I swear,
Yeah, but we have the bats and the lizards yet again, and they're just as awful. Like so.
Yeah.
Perfect timing.
That's the problem. Is sometimes your spin just like if you time it like a few frames earlier, that was a good bail.
Yeah.
that was a good bail. If you time it just like a few frames early so that it's not quite lining up with like when the next bat in the line is coming in, you might not spin one than you expect. And whenever you take damage in any of these 3 games, if you have a mask, well, if you don't have a mask, you die.
Yeah.
If you have a mask, you will automatically jump, even if you're in the air. Which is sometimes can be used to your advantage, but if you don't know that you're going to take a hit, will often lead to your death.
Yeah, it'll just catch you off guard and you'll go flying way farther than you expect.
Yeah.
I knew that could happen, but it's been so long since I'm just gonna wait here. It's been so long since I did that, and now I have no clue what the cycles are like.
So that's going to be a problem in all 3 of these games. Is once you do take a death,
The global cycles are just, you have no idea.
The way that you spawn into the level is different after a death than than the way that you do the first time you spawn in. And because of that time difference, the cycles are moving that entire time. And we don't exactly practice for the death cycle because, that would be slow. You don't normally want to take that. So, I mean, even when you're practicing no reset runs and backup strats, see, this is what happens when you're not used to the cycles. Thankfully, this is a less impactful one from a survivability standpoint, but all of that climbing time, that's easily 10 seconds or so.
This level is just especially brutal with that because there are just so many global cycles that are going, and the level is so long that you're hoping to catch it by the end, but if anything goes wrong, it's hard to even know what is going to be happening the farther you get into the level.
I would definitely say that this level was the one I was the most afraid of, in all 3 games, because it's just...
it's so long.
Yeah, it's so long, and it's, especially dying as early as I did, it's just... I had no clue what the cycles are, and I'm just so off. But
also,
it's okay.
The checkpoints and masks in this one are kind of or that might be the only mask, but they're out of the way just enough. Where it's that mask, thankfully, you can bounce off of things to make the same cycle. But the checkpoints, sometimes you just have to skip because it's just I'm gonna have to wait on an extremely long cycle if I go for this, and that's not that big of a deal in a lot of the games and stuff. But when you have a level this long, that is, that will easily kill you. You have to be a little careful.
Yeah,
I just don't feel comfortable with any of the big things now because I don't know if I'm slightly off or not.
Exactly.
Yeah, ideally he really wants to keep this mask out of this level so he can use it in the next boss fight, or at least one of these masks, I should say. But after this checkpoint, there are no more masks, so he has to be very careful here.
Yeah, I'm just gonna try my best to keep this mask because this mask is
skip this, and he probably would have if it had been going well. But you don't know how these rotating cycles will be, so sometimes you can just die because the cycle doesn't line up to actually do the skip.
Hopefully, you guys can forgive me for going slow so that I can go fast in the next level.
That's a common theme in this, honestly.
I really hope we get one of those, the typical, I've never seen that before during this run.
I'm sure we will.
Also, these jumps at the end are just, stupid weird.
This is one of those global cycles that, some of these cycles, those 2 jumps right there, they're just impossible. So some of these climb cycles just don't work, so...
They look possible, but they're not.
No. Unfortunately. So those are cycles that you're trying to beat the entire time you're playing the level, ideally. You're trying to think about those cycles at the very end even, but if anything goes wrong, you just hope that it works out.
So I took those 8 boxes over there because it's
Oh yeah.
It's 1.2 seconds, and that's kind of what it takes. I don't think it actually saves much time, but it's
right. Probably takes you 0.8 to go do it or something.
Yeah,
so it's
Pretty sure you're the only person I know that actually timed it. I remember watching you do that one time.
It's because I didn't believe it.
This is a cool boss, though.
Yeah, here's Koala Kong. So there is an invisible wall separating you from Koala Kong. So normally you're supposed to just sit here, wait for him to throw a big boulder, and then spin it back at him. But if everything goes well, he'll be able to skip a little bit of that. I don't want to spoil it.
For those who didn't catch, he was setting the FPS to 30.
Yeah. You can do it on 60, but that's much easier on 30. It's still really hard, but...
Do I go again?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, you've got one.
All right. Yeah, I would want
The mask isn't that important and heavy.
No, it's not.
Oh my god, that looks good.
That looked very good.
Okay.
Unfortunate.
What was he trying to do?
Yeah, he was trying to clip through that invisible wall I mentioned, and if you can get over to Koala Kong, for some reason, I don't know why, if you spin him directly instead of spinning a boulder into him, it does 2 damage. I don't know why, but that makes the fight so much faster because you don't have to wait for him to throw 4 boulders. Ideally, he only has to throw 2. It is a really hard skip, though, and it's really inconsistent. So.
It's something that we found out, and sorry for a tech that tried helping me today about this. We found out that when trying to switch to 30 FPS.
Oh no!
Well,
The damaging hitbox does disappear when the boulder lands, which is what he was trying to avoid by just jumping and waiting for it to land.
Yeah, because I cannot spin it back into him when he has like those mine carts, and the TNT was there, so it's just awful timing, and I played it kind of bad. So, but I guess I get to explain now. Yeah, so this trick is something you want to do on 30 FPS, and we found out today that there is a big issue with going to 30 FPS, because I want to be 60 for most of the game when you're on Windows 11, because that seems to be the issue.
This game has the weirdest tech issues on the PC port. Like Windows 11 causing 30 FPS to actually be 42 FPS. I don't know why, but that's just the case.
Thanks, Bill.
Well, on the bright side, we saw another cool little death animation.
Yeah.
Bill will see all of them as we
Yeah. It's also like worth noting the mine carts that are rolling by and everything, I believe, are random, or at the very least, like they might as well be for.
They're random because the distance Koala walks is random.
Right. Yeah.
So like each phase of his fight, the minecarts do the same thing, but the phases can start at different times depending on when he throws the boulder and lets you enter the next phase. So the minecarts may as well be random because of that.
Right. So you have to wait for it to make sure like the minecarts are out of the way before you can spin it.
It's a very unfortunate death, but it is what it is.
It definitely happened.
Yeah, Koala seems to fool me more often than not.
Listen, for the trilogy, our goal is to get out of Crash 1, and then
Exactly.
Very true. All right, heavy machinery. I'm trying to think if there's a whole lot to talk about.
Yeah, I always felt like this was a fun level to do, just because like things kind of seem just line up well a lot of the time. I don't know if you feel the same, Murcaz, but
I do. I really like this level, actually.
I think that the Crash 1 is at its best when you can always be holding, right or forward or whatever, and you're always just moving and you just adapt to whatever's happening via spins and jumps. And this level is perfect for that. And you have these cool little falls like that too.
Oof. Nice.
That's some tight like platform.
It's so easy to get hit there on accident.
Yeah.
And it's important he keeps this. He does want mask form like near the end of the level. And there's 2 more masks in the level, so if he loses this one, then he won't be able to get it. Yeah, this is definitely one of those cases where, you don't have to wait on a whole lot if you just go.
Can't believe you didn't get that mask, Murcaz. I mean, that box.
Yeah, well,
I tried.
Lost 10 frames, how dare you?
10 whole frames. There you go.
Give it a box.
We're talking about 10 frames and then that happened.
Oh yeah, he can skip that mask.
All right, now this is good. Like, that's a neat strat that he did too, jumping around the boxes with the spring so you could hit the third mask to get him triple mask, which would break all those other boxes on his way down instead of having to like spin them or just ignore them.
Oh,
that was close.
I cannot believe you didn't slip off.
All right. We got it.
Good.
I cannot believe that myself.
Yeah. That is not super easy to do, so congrats.
Ooh. You're still getting some good bounces here. That's good. That was really good, honestly. Yeah, that climb was good. It was great.
Yeah, that was awesome. That was really good.
That was a pretty good level, actually. Like without, except for me, like jumping around that one mask.
Right. Yeah.
We'll forget about that. It's fine.
That's for the cycles.
Yeah. Cycle minute.
Oh yeah. For this next level, yeah.
Yeah, I think you're like done with cycles by that point in that level too.
Yeah. There's nothing left. Cortex power.
You want to talk about what I'm doing right now?
Skipping the cutscene at the beginning. For some reason, so normally just triangle is the skip cutscene button. So you just mash triangle as much as you can to skip it as fast as possible. For some reason, if you just mash triangle and circle, even though just mashing circle doesn't do anything, if you mash triangle and circle, you can skip the cutscene just a lot faster on average. I don't know why, but Brody found that at some point and then decided to tell us like a year later. So if for some reason you want to skip it faster, you can. Oh, also the cycles in the level are actually going during the cutscene, so how fast you skip it actually does make a significant difference sometimes in just being able to have these cycles line up for you.
Yeah, my movement was a bit terrible throughout the level.
That still wasn't.
It was close. You almost made that cycle. That would have been like risky to go for though.
Yeah, it would have. And this mask is really important.
Yeah.
Really, really important.
Oh yeah, because there's probably the newest strat in the run coming up in this next level, which is generator room, which people might remember because it's definitely one of the scarier levels. It's just all darkness. You can just die anywhere if you fail any of these jumps.
There is a trick here that I really want to show off. So if I can't do it with these 2 masks, I might force myself to get some more to try and do this. But we'll see.
You got it. He's just gonna skip the whole level. So he's just flying. See, that's a hyper jump, and Diggity Dave found this a few months ago. He's a runner. I want to call him a new runner, but he's been around for a while. And for some reason, he is really good at finding gen room skips because he found another skip as well, which.
Wow, I'm confident. That one I hadn't seen that yet. That was sick.
Yeah, that is such a cool strat, and it's actually fairly easy to do. So
I thought you needed the mask because you were just gonna like jump on that, bounce off that lava thing or something.
No,
I hadn't seen that strat yet.
So what you can do is like that junction that I just passed. You can actually get this all the way there, but it's very risky compared to what I just did. So I just decided to go for like a bit easier strat. It loses like 5 seconds, but what I wanted to show off was that whole flying across the whole level thing. So I'm really glad because that was found just a few months ago, right?
I think so, yeah. Yeah.
And whenever you aren't seeing Crash, it's not like Murcaz has some second screen where he's seeing Crash. He's having to do that movement.
Yeah, there's like 3 screens up there.
He's having to do that movement just based on like the way the camera is shifting. So it's effectively blind movement.
Yeah.
The only thing that's what should I say, bad about that skip is the fact that you can't get triple mask in here.
No, that's a good thing I was going to say, because we actually get to listen to this song, finally, which I think J-Hobs is going to be excited about.
Yeah. I mean,
that was always the saddest thing.
Yeah, the last time this was in, we were like, we got to, I think we got to listen to it in that one too, or maybe like just for part of it.
Maybe, yeah, I think so, because you don't get the mask form until a little bit in.
Toxic Trouble is great.
Yeah, Toxic Waste.
Or Toxic Waste,
yeah. I like to call it Mountain Dew Factory.
Yeah.
It just looks like a vat of Mountain Dew everywhere. It's a very straightforward level, literally.
This is a good one though for like, I think this is almost a good training level for how to break boxes of different, like, in different scenarios.
Oh no.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, he was trying to just jump around the barrel, instead of waiting on it, but just barely missed the edge of the platform there. Unfortunately, when you respawn, so often when you respawn, the cycles are as bad as they could possibly be for you. So, especially right here, this is one of the more brutal ones.
I couldn't even see it.
Yeah, this is one, if you haven't like practiced this respawn, it's
pretty brutal.
It's bad.
But at least we got another cool death animation.
True.
I mean, I'm just gonna be patient because.
That's probably a good way to play
at this point,
There we go. You still got to jump around the thing.
Yeah, I did just realize though, you don't have any masks now, so.
No.
There is another hyper jump in the run later, but he will not have a mask for it now, so.
That is okay.
Yeah.
Accidents happen.
You got to show up the cooler looking one anyways, so.
For sure.
I'll try once for a thing here, but if I fail I'll just die, so I won't spend too much time on it.
Yeah, there's a very,
I
guess it's not there yet.
Yeah, I forgot.
I should have reminded you.
Well, can't you still, or were you just talking about like the missing a cycle intentionally?
No, you can skip one of his shooting animations if you spin him just right, right at the very edge.
Yeah.
Which on console was pretty easy to do. On 60 FPS it is way harder, and you can only do it one time instead of 2. So he was gonna go for it there, but he just didn't quite set it up in time. But still, ideally you do actually intentionally avoid hitting him one time. So that way when he starts his third phase, I guess, or when he has 3 health bars left, he'll be on the left side and just immediately start shooting, which saves a couple seconds, I think. Yeah, that was Pinstripe.
Very hard bosses.
Yeah, Crash is so hard.
I say after I lost like a minute and a half in Kong.
Now, I would say this is probably the most notorious level in the entire game, outside of maybe the bonus level that they added in Stormy Ascent.
Oh yeah, true.
But High Road is just one that people remember dying on a ton, and rightfully so. It's quite difficult. And even with the ropes, so we promise, like the ropes are not free. We really, go try it at home, you'll fall off a lot.
Yeah, you just slip off the sides of them like they're just greased with butter or something sometimes. They're not super free to just walk on.
Yeah, they're kind of like, we like to think of a lot of the platforms or edges of platforms in this game as pill-shaped.
Yeah, like rounded.
Or
the bottom of Crash being rounded.
So if you...
Right there, kind of.
Yeah, you actually start to like slip down.
So that's just an issue across the board in this game sometimes. It's one of the, like really early on when the game came out, people were aware of that. That and bouncing, like slowing you down so much, made this level really, really hard. On console especially. But no issues here.
Yeah, nice. Go.
Deathless Highway.
Professional rope walker.
Tightrope walker.
Yeah. Can we get a title under Murcaz, please? Tightrope walker.
You gotta speedrun this whole game while walking on a tightrope now. This is a pretty notorious level too, and this is where he would have been able to attempt a hyper jump as well, which is, again, what he did in Gen Room, just flying to the air. In this case, though, instead of flying over the level, you can use it to just get vertical distance really, really fast.
It's a shame there's no mask in between those two.
Yeah, it's pretty brutal having to carry the mask all the way from Toxic Waste all the way to here, and then just hope you get it.
Yeah.
It's much harder to get this one as well than the Gen Room one.
I also just psych myself out and like unsure of like what I can make when I don't do the damage abuse in the beginning.
Yeah.
So it's also I will be trying the no mask one.
Oh yeah, there is still a hyper jump you can do here actually, which doesn't require taking damage.
I'm not very good at it, so there's a very low
also
chance that I'll get it. But we'll try.
Yeah, there's a few different ways to get hyper jumps in this game. You can also get them in Crash 2 and 3. They just are never helpful. One is like what you saw in Gen Room, which is a metal crate that's bouncing on a bouncy metal crate. If you just jump just right and mash X, it just gives you a hyper jump for some reason. And that's like the newest version that we found. The first ones that we found were these spikes here, like what's underneath that platform. If you jump into the bottom of them just right and mash X, you can also get a hyper jump that way. And then right here, if you get squished between the crate and the platform as it's coming down. He almost, that looked so close.
It did look like it wanted to.
Yeah, it looked like you got it.
Yeah, because all the hyper jumps we have like setups for now and stuff, but we're still, I feel like we're still a little uncertain about how they work.
There's
they
a lot
all seem to involve kind of squishing Crash's hitbox into something else, which presumably the game developers probably made it say, oh, you're now in an object. We need to get you out of that object. And so they just push you out of the way, and that out of the way direction they decided to do is up.
It's like an extreme version of like proxies, basically.
Yeah.
Like you get stuck and it just
right. It's like a zip as well. But
yeah.
Going upwards. But it's tough because it's a 3D game and the all of the objects, you know, it's a modern enough game where the objects are not just rectangles. They are actually they match the geometry very closely, which is really nice sometimes, but is also actually extremely difficult. Makes platforming difficult sometimes.
Nice.
That was terrifying.
I did not know.
I can't remember if you got the checkpoint or not, so you might have been back at the beginning of the level if you had died there. So, but it looks like you're good. Nice.
A good thing I wasn't the only one terrified of that.
No, I was stressed.
No, if you hesitate in Crash 1, if I see somebody hesitate when they're running, I'm like, what did you just do?
Yeah.
What is that cycle going to be now? Who knows?
That was still really good, though.
Full confidence. No doubt.
No fear.
No fear.
All right, lights out. This has a unique mechanic where your mask works as a light rather than... Well, it still works as a mask, you can still take damage, but if you take damage, then you lose the light, and the level just becomes pretty much pitch black. With certain like monitor settings, you can still kind of see everything, but for the most part, it's pretty much pitch black. And you cannot have 2 masks or 3 masks here, so...
Yeah, and the mask will go away after enough time.
The screen is really dark, so I just got a little feeling that the producer set it up for me so that if I fail, you know, I can still make it. So that's very kind of you guys.
I'd say now's not a bad time for some more donations, though, as
correct.
wraps out of this level. Cool.
Fantastic. The love for Crash keeps coming in. We've had two $250 donations.
Wow.
The first comes from Tomadin. Good luck on the Trilogy run, Murcaz. Always exciting to see everybody's favorite platforming mascot on GDQ. The original Trilogy and the NST remakes remain some of my favorite games of all time. The games just spark so much nostalgia, and they are always a great showcase on GDQ. Maybe we can get a group wow from the couch.
All right. 3, 2, 1. Wow! I can't do it. Tomadin, though, is awesome and developed the first load remover for this game.
And the one we still use.
And the one, yeah, we absolutely still use it.
He's patched it over time, which that's something we forgot to mention, actually. On the leaderboards, we do loadless timing because the load times in this game vary so heavily depending on your PC.
Yeah.
It would just be unfair without it.
Even on consoles, we did it because of PS4 Pro versus like base PS4. You did mention there were two $250 donations, though.
I did, yes. The second is from Zando Toaster, who simply says, "Wow!"
Amazing.
Zando Toaster was one of the N++ runners earlier in this week with a really great run, so please check that out.
Also a Spyro runner.
I did not know that, and I interviewed them.
Yeah, Spyro and Crash communities are very intertwined.
Yeah.
Very similar games, I guess.
It's kind of funny too, how, like the HD that is true of like the originals, and then it's also kind of true of the HD games that a lot of people that ran one like running the other as well.
Yeah.
I would honestly throw it out there. Spyro 1 120% is an excellent first speed game if you're looking for a first run to get into. As is like this one in a lot of ways, I'd say. But this is probably, I personally would find it a little more difficult. Yeah. But Spyro 1 120%, it's so nice because the game just has in-game like, counters and trackers for everything. So you just go pop into a level until it says all the things are done, and then you pop on to the next one. And it's a real great one to start learning speedrunning.
This also has a lot going for it, just the linearity of the levels. You don't have to think about like routing or what you're doing with mass or anything like that. It's just the levels themselves can be a little bit challenging to learn.
I do love some of the corner cutting you do in this one.
Yeah, and the damage abusing he did.
And also, Jaws of Darkness is like the most boxes I think that you're gonna have fall on.
Crash is about to get destroyed.
It's great.
Yeah, they added a funny animation actually. When enough crates fall, he just dies.
Flattens, It's like what, like 97 or something. It's like a lot.
Yeah, it depends on what you're doing and stuff, but. I guess we'll see.
Look at Crash, he's a champ.
94.
Taking those 94 boxes like a champion.
Yeah, he got up at the end, he's fine. Oh yeah, so we mentioned in Lost City he got the green gem. So finally, after all this time, it's actually going to come into play here.
Castle Machinery, very long level.
It's a really cool level actually, and there are some cool skips you can do, but this is just so much faster.
There we go.
Man, he's done. There we go.
We get to clap for Lost City, basically, right now. Yeah. You can understand now why it was worth the time, taking the time to do 2 bonuses and collect all the boxes. And thankfully, at least you are getting time save at the end of Lost City as well, because you don't have to wait on those boxes to fall. But
that's true too, yeah.
Yeah, but it's mostly the time save in that level.
I always forget how to do this boss fight.
Which part?
Yeah, what are you talking about?
The manipulation.
Oh, for the potion cancelings? Yeah.
This thing.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say the ending. I was like, Murcaz, I could go do it right now.
No.
You can do a cool thing here. After he throws the purple potions, if you intentionally get close to him and let him, smash them like that, it skips the whole animation where he's mixing the potions, and he just immediately throws the green ones out.
Yep.
Each time save a couple seconds. It's scary though. You get hit really easily.
You got to be careful because that animation that he's doing where he smashes them together is because you're too close. He's trying. He does a big explosion that'll hit you, and so it's a lot tighter than it looks to make sure that you get out of range of it before.
Are you doing the safe version?
Yeah. I don't have a mask and I'm not gonna risk like a minute and a half. We already had Koala happen. So
yeah, normally you're supposed to just wait for 3 of these boulders to fall and then jump on his head a bunch, but you can just stay on his head instead. Don't ever get off of his head.
And if this happens, there's also a nice little glitch.
Oh yeah.
The window doesn't actually break.
Nothing breaks. He just squeezes through the wall.
There is a little strat where you can jump on his head as soon as he transforms, but I decided to opt out of it because
It's much riskier.
yeah, it's much riskier, and like losing a minute and a half is not something I really want to do without a mask. Yeah.
If you have a mask, it makes it a lot freer too, because like you'll just flip up and you can.
Yeah,
move right on
sometimes.
top.
Yeah. Most of the time you do get bounced away.
Oh,
but,
fair. Yeah.
What he did there, though, like most of you guys could just do, if you want to mess with it for a little while, it's not too bad at all.
You basically just jump on his head and mostly hold forward. You have to kind of hold back a little bit sometimes, but
Yeah, you can fall behind him if he's walked forward too much,
Yeah.
but if you jump as soon as you can onto his head, then just hold up for the most part.
this is another satisfying level that is honestly like, it is a bit nerve-wracking at times. Mostly the scientists that you jump around, their hitboxes can be quite wide. And if you ever do have to hesitate here and there, then your cycles on the electricity get really brutal. But it is, I think, a very satisfying level once you start really grooving with it.
Yeah, that was
I'm glad you went for that, though. That was cool.
Yeah.
a bit closer.
Oh my god.
God.
I can't believe you went.
Well, you got the cycle now. That's so sick.
A little known fun fact about this level is it's actually modeled after the lab in which Bandicoots were originally created by the CIA in 1960.
True fact.
Yeah, good job.
And that went better than expected, actually. I took a few risks there that I shouldn't have. Well, they paid off. I should
I
have
mean,
done
it worked.
They
so
worked.
you
Yeah, it
should have
worked,
done
it
it.
worked.
It was great.
And that was our last like real level of.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this
Crash
one's pretty tough, but
Yeah, that's true.
okay. Phew. We're good. Nice. You always have to make that joke. You can't not make that joke.
It was
The final boss.
in one of like
the first
longer runs that I did. One of my mods were making fun of me. He said, "What if you die in this level?" I said, "I'm not gonna die in that level." Immediately enter and walk off.
I think most people have died at least one time
Yep.
in Great Gate. Just somehow, some weird fluke just happens. But
Yeah, I'm
yeah,
pretty
this
sure.
is the first Cortex fight in the entire series of games.
Yeah, we're gonna have Cortex. We got to call him Cortex 1 here.
True.
Next one will be Cortex 2, then Cortex 3.
Or just call him Neo.
Yeah, Neo.
I think Murcaz likes when you call him Neo.
I do.
Yeah.
It just feels so off. It just feels so off.
Well, he is the one. I guess I don't know.
That's right.
Sorry. Go ahead
This is all
explain the
just
boss sauce.
scripted. It's the same every single time. So you learn where the orbs are going to move. You dodge them. You spin the green ones. It's the same every single time. So once you've learned it,
Yeah.
the hitboxes on some of the orbs can be a little questionable, especially on this phase.
It's still
most
real
part,
easy
it's
to
not
get
too
hit for sure, but
Yeah.
everybody just comes up with, for that last phase, people have their own strats a lot of time. And this last one's going to be really quick, and then we're moving on to the next level.
Oh my god! I thought you spun early.
Yeah,
you were
I
actually
did
gonna
spin
die.
early. I did spin early.
I've seen one
that
person
would've
do
been
that
funny.
before.
Yeah,
that was
that would never happen.
Crash 1? That's not bad.
That was pretty solid, actually. Yeah.
I was a
I don't know
bit
what the load times are like on this, but
freaked out there, but I did actually think I spawned early. But yeah, that's one
I thought you were
game down.
dead.
And I think, is Crash 1 the longest in these 90%, or is it 2?
No, Crash 1 is the longest, yeah.
Yeah.
If you go
Yeah,
by
yeah,
record times, yeah.
yeah, they're all fairly close actually, within like 2 minutes of each other.
Yeah,
but-
which is awesome.
Which is really cool,
that's
actually,
super cool. It also makes it real easy
We go.
to know how long a trilogy run is going to be. 'Cause if you're really
you
good
just
at one,
multiply, yeah.
if you're really good at one of them, you're like, let me just multiply by 3 and add a little bit of padding.
Yeah.
And now Blunt's,
Yeah.
this is your show.
Yeah, here we go. You just skip the cutscene where Coco asks you for a battery that you mysteriously forget about for the rest of the game. But I guess the most important difference that we get in Crash 2 is that you can now slide, which helps a lot, actually.
Yeah, it's kind of funny how the movement just elevates in each one. You get like new options in each game. And Crash 1 you can't slide, and Crash 2 you can, which allows you to do the bread and butter movement tech of 2 and 3, which is called hob sliding, because I discovered it by accident
Yeah,
at one point.
You really wanted to name it after yourself.
No, I didn't do it. People named it after You made Murcaz laugh too.
That's really easy to do actually, because the body slam, which is also new to this game, is on the same button as slide,
Yeah.
and there's nothing you can do about it. So It is so easy to just accidentally body slam like that.
So that's my one death in all of Crash 2, right?
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah,
Did you forget jetpack levels exist? You're gonna hit one of those.
Definitely pretty troll to have them on the same button. But yeah, so the hop sliding we get from sliding, spinning, and jumping, and then kind of canceling that animation short. So I guess we'll just see many examples of that. That's the basic idea of it.
Yeah, you generally need like a ledge or something that's gonna let you hit the ground before your spin animation ends. And then this game has like, I'd say fairly heavy input buffering. Which you can take advantage of in order to continue chaining the end of a spin animation directly into the beginning of a slide animation, which also you cut off with a spin before the slide ends. And you chain those back and forth, and as long as you never have a frame of walking in between or a frame of like the end of a slide, you can continue to carry the hop slide as long as you want. If you jump, then that means you have a different frame of animation happening, so you're going to lose it. So you can't do it literally for the entire level in every level. And sometimes, like situations like here, you just don't have anywhere to set one up. But if you do have somewhere to set one up and you have a relatively flat level with not a lot of pits, then you can actually keep it going throughout the entire thing.
Yes, I would have liked triple mask here, so that's why that death in the first level was a bit unfortunate. But
oh yeah, good point. He did skip the one there intentionally. The animation when you get the mask form takes a little while, and it wouldn't have saved him any time here to have the mask form, so he just skipped it.
Yeah, from...
Oh.
that's also okay. Yeah, so when I played Crash 1 and then I go into Crash 2, my timing is like a bit off.
Yep.
So those body slams happen sometimes.
Yeah.
They're gonna get better, surely, right?
You get in the groove, for sure. But there's also some other tech that's introduced by having the slide, which is the ability to do a high jump. If you slide and jump, you will jump higher, and it allows you to make some like larger gaps and whatnot.
We'll see it.
But you can actually use, like that there. But you can do what's called a glitch high jump by using a spin at the same time as doing a high jump. And it was a glitch in the original trilogy, but or the original games, but the developers knew about it and they actually included it intentionally in this game. And because of it, when you do that spin, you get just a little bit higher, and it lets you do things like that, where you can land on a higher ledge and just skip out one jump in a staircase entirely.
Yeah, and another cool tech that's more or less recently been revealed in the last couple of years, which is recent for me, is the double slide, which you get only immediately after landing from a jump.
Yeah, because basically sliding is what is fast in this game, and if we could, we would just slide over and over and over again in a row.
If you could buffer them together.
Yeah, but unfortunately, the end of a slide animation has you kind of skid to a stop and then stand up. And so that's why you spin in order to prevent that part from happening. So even though the spin is slower than the slide, you need to stop that end of the slide animation. Now, when you have the speed boost from a hop slide, it's actually the opposite, where you want to be in the spin longer, the spin as much as possible, because you are maintaining that speed boost you got from landing up on the ledge.
Oh, I thought you had that.
It did look like I had that.
Yeah, that was close.
It's really hard one to get.
Yeah, I also avoided the gem in...
Nice.
Yeah, I also avoided the gem in Hanging, because getting the gem will cause Brio to talk to us and lose us a bunch of time, which is something I want to avoid throughout this run, and there's one more instance of me having to do that. Yeah. Also, double slides are pretty difficult, so when I just like stop and slide like flat on the ground, that's when I fail a double slide most of the time, like that.
Yeah.
These pits too, you can glitch high out of, but they're a little bit like wonky with the specific spots. So you
or just
do try to
like
jump over them entirely, yeah.
Which is a lot harder than he just made it look.
Yeah.
I struggle with it a lot in that level.
It's really clean.
Yeah,
really
honestly,
good.
that was pretty good.
Like
really
good pits.
couple like slide ends, but you saved them from death.
Yeah.
I would have died on both of those.
Yeah.
No, it's something you get used to after like a lot of double sliding. Is like getting used to like going back on them, like always
Yeah.
thinking they'll fail so that you can react, kind of. It's
You have like a quarter second at most to react to like a double slide not happening. And then Crash Dash is one of the harder levels in the early game here because you have to run away from a boulder, which means you're moving at the camera, you can't see what is coming up ahead, and you are doing it with this kind of speed. Like we were doing that in Crash 1 in several levels, but you didn't have this kind of speed happening.
Not even close.
Yeah, so on top of that, he is trying to skip jumping over some pits because there's some pits where you have enough speed or there's enough collision on the walls where you can actually continue a hop slide through right over a pit. And if you can do that, then you can maintain that speed for longer.
Yeah, we saw a bunch of hole skips at the start of this level, which is another thing. If you're going that fast, usually your slide spin won't let you just go past the hole, but with the hop slide you can, and it's kind of risky, but Murcaz knows what he's doing.
That's such a hard one to get. That was sick.
That was an extremely good level.
Yeah,
like
that
that
was
was actually really solid.
pretty good.
That's a very hard level too. Because it's also a test of your memorization, because you have to know what's coming up ahead. You do not have time to wait for it to just show up on screen and react like you do if you're just holding down.
Yeah, those levels are terrifying. they're terrifying. So
I got
now
Ripper 2, dude.
Yeah,
Ripper 2.
we visit Ripper 2 again, and I'm not gonna say too much because this is a great time for donations. He's just gonna jump around, and we're gonna damage him eventually. The patterns are set. So yeah, read us some donations if you can.
Fantastic. I'd say the love for Crash keeps on coming in. We've got $10 from Jonathan Irvings. First time attending and donating GDQ Live. And I'm glad it features one of the games I played most during my childhood. Good luck, Murcaz, for the run.
Thank you.
I thought you were about to get jumped on while you were bouncing around.
It doesn't even kill you if you do though. So.
Oh, really? Okay.
Not with the TNT. Yeah.
Gotcha.
You can body slam the TNTs. Okay.
Sorry, carry on.
Yeah, go ahead.
You're fine. We've got $50 from Galder. Hello there. Waking up, starting into the day with an awesome Crash Bandicoot run. Sign me in. Greetings from Germany and keep up the great work. $20 from cute girl Alexia. Had to donate for the Peach Rock. Looking forward to this insane run. $25 from Kubaru. Super excited for this Crash Trilogy run. Crash was one of my childhood games, so it'll always hold a special place in my heart. Best of luck on the run, Murcaz. Putting my donation towards the Klonoa incentive, which has now been met.
Hey!
Thank you to everyone who
That's great.
donated for Balu's Tower. And let's see if we can get to 900K before the end of this run and get us ever closer to 1 million. Keep them coming in, folks.
Right.
Thank you so much for the support. I appreciate it. Now I'm gonna get terrified once again for another backwards chase level.
Yeah, having to do them basically back to back is such a brutal early game.
This one's even more brutal than the last one too. So I'm gonna focus here, and then you guys can say whatever you want.
So right here, I'm going for one off of the invisible point there.
Close.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
There's
now
a nice backup though.
I think with this rock right here. Is,
Yep. I want to say this was found by Gramelios. I think that was the one we were talking about earlier. I could be wrong.
I can't remember.
But there,
That long ago.
the various surfaces that you can get hop slides on. Well, the reason that sometimes we're saying oh, nice, that's a hard one, or is that it has to do with how high of a jump you need or how low of a jump you need in order to...
Or how small of a hitbox it is that you're aiming for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to be in that spinning animation when you land on the surface. So sometimes you are going to slide into a pit to bring yourself lower below the ground to then jump out of it, buffer a jump out of that slide so that you have been low enough that you can land on a surface while your spin is still happening. Because if you're just on flat ground and you do a slide spin jump, you will not touch the ground while you're spinning. It will just be impossible.
Yeah. Unless something bonks you back down.
Yeah.
Like a crate or a ceiling.
That's great.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
You're nailing the hard levels.
Yeah, now we get to see our little friend Polar.
Give him a good jump real quick for me.
Yeah, pet the bear. Come on. There you go. He's okay, don't worry.
Yeah, he's fine.
He's the worst mascot, anyways.
Wow.
He's honestly, he's cuter than Purra, but his controls are so much more brutal, I think.
He's most interesting, I think, at least. The hog is not interesting, obviously. You just hold down the button.
Yeah, so
Here you get a little boost.
Yeah, you get a little boost, but you can't boost the whole time, so you just kind of have to time it. And then if you jump while you're boosting, you get this huge jump too. So
yeah,
we'll see Murcaz is doing that throughout this level strategically.
Whenever you do the little boost, if you do stay on the ground the entire time, it's kind of like the slide where like you can't start another one right away, and you're kind of like locked into that a little bit. Which is why Murcaz is jumping, even if there's not really anything in front of him. He just has much better control in the air and to be able to start up another one immediately when he lands. Nice. Good first bear level.
Easy peasy.
These end gates are like all at different heights and stuff too, so they're good. Like they're a good example of how it can be hard to get hob slides on surfaces of different heights.
Yeah. Also, the ice floor in that one, for example.
Yeah.
If you hop slide on an ice floor, it's actually slower than just normal slides. I think. Actually, I don't know if it's slower than just normal slides, depending if it's the same. But
At least we're very lucky that ice physics are so good in this
good
game.
in every
They're
game.
so amazing.
every game has good ice physics.
Hey, I maintain. I think that they're actually more consistent in these games than runners think they are. They just don't put the time in to learn how they work.
They are. That's a lot of the thing with this game. It's like it is consistent. It's just consistently.
Yeah, it's consistently.
questionable.
Yeah, it's consistently like I wish it were another way.
Yeah.
But you can learn how it works and get pretty good with them.
Nice.
Going through those nitro without getting hit it's just what they expect you to do casually, but it's also still very hard.
Avoiding that checkpoint.
That's unfortunate.
Just sliding off of a bomb real quick.
So, do you want to explain, Murcaz, what happened?
So that is a secret exit that I had to get the crystal because the goal is to get the crystal, and then I avoided the checkpoint, death abused, got back to the first checkpoint, and used the secret exit because that is faster. And I also jumped off a mine that weirdly just doesn't have collision or like damage frames when you slide it. I don't know how that works, but it's cool. So that's why we did it.
So we were fooling. He died intentionally.
Yeah. Very tricky. Nice.
Oh, nice. Yeah, you can get a hop slide from going into a stack of 3 boxes like that too.
Yeah, the top box falls and like pushes you down, but it's really particular, honestly, to get those. You have to be a certain amount of spacing and dead in the center of the boxes in order to really get it.
Nice.
That was a good one too.
Ooh, that was tight. Good job, though. You'll see on ice that Murcaz is going to just go up for slides most of the time, unless he's already carrying a hop slide like he did when he set one up. The other thing that separates really top runners is you can actually stall a hop slide if you need to wait on a cycle without losing the speed. Mm-hmm. You just have to go neutral on the analog stick at the right time and still keep your inputs buffered, so that way you never have a frame of walking in between. It's really like tough to do and tough to get used to because it's just a weird pattern of movement that you would not really do most of the time.
That was nice.
But it's very helpful, and Murcaz has like done it here and there.
Actually, I really wanted to lose a mask there, but because it's kind of awkward going into this level with 2.
The one thing about this game compared to 1 is your masks. You have to like really think about what you're doing with your masks, since you can choose which level you're going to and which masks you need in which levels and stuff. So
I'm gonna avoid this one right here.
Turn back, go get it.
I'm just getting it.
he just wanted to get
We'll
the
do
extra.
this. It's cooler to show off with the triple mask, so
Yeah.
never mind. All right. I don't know why I think that cycles like don't affect me after like doing stuff like that. It's late, okay? Excuse me.
Oh, nice dodge.
Nice. Yeah, if you had the mask form, you wouldn't have to really worry about dodging. That's why it's ideal to have.
you can just plow through all of the spinning turbines and the various enemies. Because some of these enemies you can spin, but others you can't because of the spikes all around them.
Yeah, like that rat we just passed.
Yeah. These sewer levels can be like some of the like coolest, fastest levels with hob sliding and like triple mask, but they're also terrifying.
Oh, you got stuck.
Got stuck on
That's
the
not
wall.
great.
So Murcaz was taking damage in order to continue moving on the ground instead of doing what we're seeing now. But unfortunately, the wall just kind of, he bonked his head on the ceiling, or kind of got stuck on the side of it.
Yeah.
Because I've already lost some time, I'm just gonna wait on these
Yeah.
rather than take the chance on them.
Just going under them.
Yeah, going under them is like consistent, but it can you can mess up and die there. And
Yeah.
when I've already messed up a level once, I don't really want to continue
Yeah.
doing it. I kind of just want to go safe and continue. So what I'm gonna do here actually is wait like a tiny bit before entering the boss platform or the boss portal. Because if I were to enter too fast, it would actually soft lock me out of it, and I would have to like enter another level or reload the save to go into it.
Yeah, which I think is true of potentially all of them, but that's the only one where you end a level right next to the portal like that.
I don't
I think a cutscene
you
has
can-
to play. For
Oh, is that it?
Yeah.
Okay, that might be why.
I don't think you can do it for Ripperoo at least.
Gotcha.
I think it's Cortex and Komodo. I might be wrong though.
It's something with just, if you're inside of the hitbox of the portal, when it appears, if you're already in it, it just doesn't activate properly, and you just can't enter unless you reload. So this boss fight is just an auto-scroller for the most part. There's a
Yeah.
little bit to it, but
You can get a donation in actually.
Absolutely. We have $15 from Kesen Chu. It says, it's so satisfying to see the Crash Trilogy being smashed by Murcaz. I love these games and have invested a long time in finishing all of them. Good luck on the rest of the run. Cheers from Brazil.
Thank you, I appreciate that. So yeah, Warp 2 done. We're about halfway-ish now, actually, total, right? Ish?
Yeah,
oh, total, yeah, you're pretty close.
close. Like a couple levels through here, probably.
Well, and for you, 3 is going to be the fastest.
Yeah.
So we probably are halfway through.
You think.
Yeah, we'll see. It might depend on the route we use. Oh, that was so close.
Yeah.
I hate that jump so much.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
I was really hoping you'd make
Yeah,
it.
it's brutal. Go for it again.
I can't, because I don't have the hop slide yet.
Yeah.
It's worth trying, right? We
Absolutely.
can try once and then we stop trying afterwards because we're too afraid. Oh, I want that.
Oh yeah, good call.
Yeah, those whirlpools will just kill you.
Yeah, they don't care if you have a mask. They're just instant death if you go into the center of them. But if you kind of like boost on the sides of them, you can avoid their traction a little bit.
Yeah, this area here is a bit annoying, but
Nice.
Nice.
It's really hard to not get hit there.
Yeah, thankfully you do get some masks along the way, but
because you do need a mask to go through this unless you like want to go all the way forward and then backward, which is very slow. So we're trying to avoid that if we can. Get a hop slide here,
Nice.
avoid this gem. And as you see now, we're in a new warp room, so the end portal and it's gonna look different and function different.
For hop slides.
Yeah.
This is probably my favorite version of the exit like section though. It's this warp.
I like that you get to see
Ruination?
a hop slide into a double slide,
Yeah.
all that. It's pretty
Oh
cool.
yeah, it just follows, of course.
Yes,
Are you just trying to remember the route?
Yeah. The Crash 2 route gets like jumbled in my head.
So we're going backwards again, but this time being chased by a giant polar bear. If
This-
you'll ever see it.
Has a lot of pit skips and going, that gate loves to eat
I
hop
hate
slides.
it.
Yeah.
You're gonna go for the
No.
okay.
Too scared.
That pit is extremely hard to skip.
so hard to skip.
It has like a setup, which I kind of did, I think, but it's, I don't know, I don't trust it.
Yeah.
I don't think we ever explicitly said it, but as you can see, hills act as a ledge as well if you can slide towards an uphill. So even if you're going downhill, then you can just turn around and use it as an uphill. And that will let you start a new hop slide.
Yeah, they're probably, like, if you're first trying to learn them, I think, like, a really steep hill is probably the easiest place to get them.
Now we get a little bit of polar.
Yeah, bear movement.
I completely like messed up the timing there, so I'm just like resetting.
Oh, you're resetting? Oh.
Yeah.
Just start over. Back to Insanity Beach, everybody. Let's go.
Back to Crash 1. Anyone want to see more Crash 1? Please say no.
I definitely didn't raise my hand behind you.
So yeah, now we're going into another one of those Dark Souls of platforming kind of levels, I think.
Is that what it is?
You can explain what you think about these levels once.
I mean, I've never seen anything go wrong in these levels in a marathon, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, never.
I am sad we don't get to see the Road to Ruin skip, though, like the 100% strat, the jump.
Oh yeah.
You could have just asked.
Yeah. Should have told you to go do it. Yeah, turn around. These levels, though, because you don't really have a lot of spots to set up hop slides, and you have a lot of pits, which means you're going to be doing a lot of jumping. They also are ripe for a lot of double slides, so they are good examples of how that can help save time by just getting this double slide, which again can only happen after you do a jump, at least as far as we're aware. I don't think any of us really knows why. We can do them. We just know how to do them consistently. Murcaz, do you do the double button method, or do you just time them?
I time them, or I do double button, but not in the traditional way of doing double button.
Okay.
I do
you just press two different buttons.
I do R1 and circle, like circle as the second one.
But you don't hold down R1.
I don't hold the down R1.
Okay.
I don't do the safe one person.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know. This method just kind of worked for me, and some people just spam R1, other people spam circle. Like,
it's also we were running when they were found, and we only knew how to do that. So what we're talking about is that when you're going for a double slide, you can either time a slide press a second one at a specific time after your first one, which is really precise and pretty difficult, or you can hold your first slide and then press a different button for the slide, because the game has two buttons to slide, and that will make it significantly more consistent. But for any of us that were running when it was found, we're just like, I had to learn how to time it, and I just got used to doing that. So,
well, there is one downside to the holding down method too, which is that you can't choose the direction of the second slide.
You can if you flip the order you do them.
Oh, really? If you do circle? Oh, okay. That's interesting.
Yeah, no. If you either.
That's weird. I wonder why it works.
Yeah, it's
yeah, I think you have to do circle into R1.
Yeah.
So a lot of runners.
I naturally do it the other way.
They flip the binding.
Oh,
so that way their R1 is just basically a circle, because it doesn't matter for regular slides.
Well, I guess there is no downside then.
Yeah, it's weird though. It's dumb that you have to know that kind of.
That sounds like something Crody would have figured out.
It is Cody.
Yeah, it sounds like Crody would have figured out.
Shout outs to Cody. He's found a lot of weird stuff in these.
Yeah, and he was doing a lot of the early experimentation with gate clip and stuff like that too, which is a Crash 3 thing that we'll see later, and it's a major part of that run.
Yeah. I just realized I definitely messed up the routing.
Sewer should have been first, but
yes,
it's okay.
Sewer should have been before the bear level. That's unfortunate, but...
Oh, right. You want mass from right here, ideally, right?
Yeah.
That's probably a good call, honestly.
Would not have made it through there alive.
Nice. So you can jump through those, through these propellers as long as one of them is gone without taking damage. But it is really tight. The game fully expects you to just wait for enemies to respawn and destroy all three, or at least two of them before jumping through it. Doing it when you've only destroyed one of the little wings is pretty tough.
Yeah. I actually didn't know you could do that. I thought you got stuck on him. That's interesting.
All things considered, that was a pretty solid level for not having the masks that you expected to going in.
Yeah.
Well done.
No, routing. I have tiny goldfish memory, sadly. So when it comes to routing, I'm not very good at remembering, especially Crash 2.
I asked this guy if he needed his splits out.
I'll take the blame for that one. It's all good.
Nah.
Yeah, he said, no, I don't need it. I got blunts here to tell me what level to go into.
All right, so you're gonna go for the tiny insta kill, right?
Yeah. Sure.
Wait,
Where are you going? Where are you going? Where are you going?
Manipulating where tiny goes can be such a nightmare. Oh my god, this is pretty brutal.
I thought you were about to die.
Okay, there you go.
What is he doing?
Yeah, so glitch highs actually come into really handy here because they allow you to get from pretty much any platform to any other platform, even diagonally. I think you can probably go all the way across.
Probably.
And the platforms that actually end up turning red and dropping away are random. So there are a lot of times where Tiny will just keep, who follows you, will keep following a pattern and you're just never going to get him over a red pit very easily. So one of the things you can do with glitch highs is kind of jump at an angle so that it looks like you're going to go to a specific platform and then you actually turn in midair because you have enough hang time to land on a different one. So Murcaz was trying to do that a lot in the first phase.
It can be really hard to manipulate him to jump diagonally, though. So
yeah, Tiny wasn't really cooperating.
I'm gonna be honest. He's a giant troll.
Yeah.
Like he trolls. Like sometimes he jumps in place. Sometimes he cuts corners. Like he does really weird stuff. So it's hard to.
The jumping in place will that kills every runner if it happens. I swear.
You might say he wasn't behaving.
Hey.
Hey. So Warp 4.
Warp 4.
This is probably my least favorite bunch of levels in the entire trilogy.
Yeah, Warp 4 is pretty notorious, I think. It's really...
If I fail a double slide here, this happens. So that double slides are not very... they're very punished if you go for them on the dirt there.
that dirt is also probably the most glitchy thing in this entire game. Like, you can get some of the craziest glitches out of this dirt. Like, just invisible Crash. Crash can't jump sometimes. I don't know. Hopefully none of that happens here.
Oh, look at that. It's a bit weird. Yeah, no, the dirt is... I don't know how that dirt works. I'm too afraid of...
I mean, how it's supposed to work, you can just burrow underneath. I think to avoid the bees is probably the intended reason for it.
That's another thing that we earned in this game is the ability to crawl.
Forcibly, apparently.
Yeah, I did not press anything there, by the way. I was just forced under the side.
I will say that the B levels, so a lot of people had anxiety going through these levels because the bees start chasing them. Generally, in a run, you're outpacing them all the time, and you actually can spin the bees, which a lot of people don't know. So even if you are going to get caught, you can kind of try to do it. And the beehives offer us opportunities to get hop slides. So they're kind of tricky. They're not the easiest surfaces to do it on, but they are at least a surface in an otherwise not very dense level. So that kind of thing. So they do help you go fast.
I didn't get the funny. There's you can do a glitch high there, and it looks really funny because Crash just kind of floats instead of spinning.
Oh, when you hit the box or something, when you hit the crate?
You hit you sub jump off and hit the ground, so it thinks you're diving at the same time. It's really weird.
Because of the glitchy dirt. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Ruination.
Yep, this is the other Ruin style level.
I was gonna say I hate this level, but I think this level hates me. Yeah.
Oh.
There's a nitro there behind me.
Listen, you got to be kind to it, man.
I did not think I was close enough to that. Well,
Spin hitbox is a lot bigger.
This level hates me. Immediately takes damage. I don't think the words had finished. And you're not even getting the backup mask. That was a backup mask, right?
Yeah, if you bounce really high up there.
Yeah.
This is not... no, this is a fantastic start. Thank you, Nation.
There you go. It saw through your garbage. Yeah. I'm not buying that.
That bottom crate just trolled you so bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. It worked normally that time. That's good.
Yeah, sometimes crates are really weird where they're,
Wow.
I'm
Okay.
Oh,
yeah.
I thought you actually weren't going to get hit there. Wow.
That was still well handled, honestly, but very close to being incredible.
These platforms, I swear, they tilt me more than anything.
Hey.
Camera, thank you.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Yeah, camera does weird things when you like skip a trigger, like a camera trigger, but there's a lot of them, so it's usually pretty easy to get the camera back.
Yeah.
So another snow level coming up next.
We love snow.
I think this level is like the infamous one where people are like, how does ice mechanics even work in this game? It doesn't work.
Especially if you're going for 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like this is one of the harder, like death route gems and just 100% gems to get in general.
Yeah.
I just love like whenever you have a good long like hob slide chain into a double slide on like the next platform to make the spacing perfect. It's just
Yeah.
It's some of the more satisfying things. Oh, I never thought to go in here. That's great.
Oh my god.
Perfect timing. Intentional.
Yeah, because you don't want to get mice from here, right?
No, that damage abuse was intentional because
Yeah.
I want mass form in here, hopefully.
Oh, I forgot you even actually do this in the 90%.
Yeah, it's always better.
It is so easy to die here because of the ice.
Yeah, this is a hard route, but it is I think a slightly faster route, right? Like that's the only reason you come in here.
Yeah, I think it's quite a lot faster.
Yeah. And now you can, because it is covered in ice, you can just spam slides, which is, as I was talking about before, is really fast.
Nice.
And then even dodge the gem, which is great. You don't have to watch the extra animation.
Yep. I think that was the last gem you have to worry about, right? So you shouldn't be seeing Brio.
Correct.
Hopefully,
Correct.
Even if like there wasn't a cutscene with Brio, there is an extra animation for collecting a gem that you actually can skip. It's optional, unlike the crystal animations, but it's still a little bit of extra time that you want to dodge.
Nice. That's still really good though.
Yeah, that was an awesome cold hard crash. Very hard
Not
level.
bad, not bad.
Yeah, no. We have 2 masks, so probably gonna go to hanging out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this level's not very fun. No, it's great. It's great. What am I saying? What am I saying?
Without
Gotta-
2 masks, it's not very fun.
Yeah. This hanging out, as the name might imply, will have a monkey bar section later, right? And that's the main reason you want triple mask.
Think so?
Yeah, and there's only the 1 mask there.
Yeah.
Let's see. And what I want to make here in the beginning is a cycle right over here.
Weaving.
Yes.
Jeez.
Very well done.
All right. It's really good.
Yeah, that helps line everything else up though, so it's really important
Yeah,
to
the
try to
rest of
get.
this works out.
And I got triple mask here. That's perfect.
Oh, I remember now, yeah.
Yeah, triple mask just lets you plow through everything here and ride along the bottom with a hop slide instead of taking the monkey bars.
Super clean.
It is so easy to slide just into a random crack or something in the pipes and get stuck there if you're not hop sliding perfectly.
Yeah.
So
And even if he had decided to take like the monkey bars instead of like the hop slide right there, you still would want triple mask because you move significantly faster on the hanging bars with triple mask.
Yep. Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, not bad.
good level.
Not bad.
It's been a really good Crash 2 run so far.
Yeah.
What? Have I had any bad deaths? I had a few, right?
There was just like a death or two, but like
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I had in
Who's counting?
Turtle Woods.
I feel like you're counting and that you said that.
it's gonna come in at the end and be like it was 3 deaths for 27 seconds or something.
With this many unique animations.
Yeah.
No, I do not want that. I try
not
to.
that big of a deal.
No, I just try to weave around and.
So getting that isn't a big deal. It was literally just the animation of getting the mask that is the time loss he got there.
Do I ever wait here? I do, right?
Oh, I guess you'd have to wait.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, probably a good idea.
Yeah, so I guess there's 2 time losses from This just lets him plow through all the gates.
This is like one of the longest hop slides that you can hold in this game.
Yeah.
It extends for quite a while. And
Different surfaces will
bonus
sometimes
platform.
like mess up the thing, and so he went over the bonus platform and it just it broke it, but he was able to get another one.
a couple hole skips there.
Nice.
They call that a flat spin when it kills your upside
Yeah.
like that, because
There's
like
that
normally he's crooked, but
That's a good neutral back
Yeah,
there.
it is.
Sometimes you do that for like timing of things. Sometimes you do it for spacing. It's really tricky to do. It's one of those things that it's hard to describe exactly what the skill is behind it without just trying to do it. And
yeah,
it's just a really tough thing. Like when somebody first discovered that you could do that, I don't think it was me. I think it was somebody else, but I don't remember. I was just like, that's going to be a nightmare. Nobody's ever going to do that. And then, lo and behold,
I think of Stu whenever I think of
that
so it might have
sounds
been-
right. That could be Stu.
Probably he's
Yeah, Stu-
amazing at them. So yeah.
I would say he was the first one who was like really good at hob slides. That wasn't a time trial runner, and he was a time trial runner too. Like I will fully admit, I am not the best hob slider and never have been.
But Hobbs, you're the Hob
I'm
in Hob
Hobbs.
Slide.
Yeah, I mean, like I don't think I was bad at him, but I was never the best.
I think we should give Murcaz some silence so he can hear his hits here.
Oh sure.
Oh yeah, double arms. 1, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Oh, the 10th one missed barely.
Yeah.
You would have had it too, I think.
So Murcaz was trying to blow both arms up in the same cycle because when you destroy one, the other will like close pretty soon after, but there's just enough time if you line up the hits correctly to be able to destroy both, and it just means that he would have played the animation for it getting destroyed at the same time, and you just skip you get to save kind of a cycle.
Yeah, I don't know how much it is exactly.
It's about 10 seconds.
Isn't it like 15? I thought.
I don't know. According to
sure
some
so.
people, it's like 30 or 45 or something.
Yeah, it might be 2 minutes. Yeah.
I don't remember.
Not quite sure.
Can you even do it with the shoulders, or can you just
No, you
not
can't.
even?
Not in this
No,
game,
no.
no.
Yeah.
In the originals, you definitely can,
Okay,
but
yeah, they close too fast.
yeah, they close like instantly here.
Yeah, no, there was, I would like one more hit like in the beginning, which like threw me off a bit, and then I also missed one like in the second, so it was,
Can you do me a favor, Murcaz, and do some glitch highs?
Oh yeah.
They look so weird because like you don't have a spin in them, so you just see the slide jump animation with a really high jump for some reason.
Like a weird floatiness to it, yeah. Nice.
And that's engine.
Yeah.
That damage boost
Yeah.
quite a lot of time.
You're usually supposed to take 2 turns, 2 cycles there. And then
Minimum, yeah.
Yeah, minimum.
You're actually supposed to take 2 cycles and then fall in a pit or get hit by the laser and be like one shot because you don't have masks.
Yeah.
You're me.
jungle level here.
The final warp.
5, yeah. Warps 4 and 5 are both like really tough in this game, I would say.
I think so.
Like this is it's weird because it has one of the easiest levels in the game, which is this one, but at the same time, it has some of the harder ones. And this one isn't like free, but it's just the main mechanic of the Firefly is not much of a concern in a speedrun.
Yeah.
Right, if you're taking your time as a casual player, it kind of forces you to move faster, so that's the difficulty, if you will.
just like the upgraded version of like the light gimmick with the mask that we saw in Crash 1. And Crash 3 has a similar one to this, so they
I don't know
just
if I'd
kind
call
of...
it an upgrade, but it can be a little weird to pick up sometimes.
Oh, need that.
Don't want to miss a crystal.
Yeah. There's a couple crystals. I've been keeping an eye out for them, but there's a couple crystals in this game that even as an experienced runner, sometimes you just like blow right by because they blend into the background.
Thanks.
And
thanks again, GDQ, for making the screen
I was like,
black
even I
enough for
could
me to
see
be
it
able
from
to
way
see
over
it.
here. I could see it just fine. It's crazy.
I couldn't tell. I'm looking at a different screen.
Oh, yeah.
I had the opposite experience, but
Yeah, I was like, man, that was pretty dark.
Well, I assume you mean for your run, right? Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant because you're wearing sunglasses right now.
wait, I am?
Dude, are sunglasses the secret tech?
Yeah, now this is the other 4 levels in this warp are like really tough.
It's a sigh of relief because now it's the easy part, right?
It's the fun part.
Yeah, so this is really fun. You get the triple mask will have kind of secondary behaviors in this game in Crash 3, and in this one it's that it will all of the moving pistons that will crush Crash are held open while you have triple mask going. So it allows you to just plow through all the enemies, plow through all the walls, and you can really save a lot of time like that.
This is really good, actually.
Yeah, you actually got the
super
cycle.
clean.
And the Piston Away has 2 masks. I think Spaced Out has 1, and Rocket has 1, right?
Yeah, Pack Attack.
Yeah, one
Pack
is
Attack,
one.
Pack Attack has one.
Oh, Pack
Oh?
Attack. Is it Pack Attack? Okay. And
I thought it was Pack Attack, but I might be wrong.
whichever it is, there's only 3 masks or 4 masks total in this entire warp, I think.
I messed up my movement
Less
a bit.
than.
I would have wanted to do that, but it's what it is. But yeah, there are not very many masks in this warp, and I do want to... There is a use for every single one.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
quite important. Not a bad level, though.
No,
Like,
that was
actually
really solid.
pretty good.
Yeah, no, that was
Yeah, that was great. Getting those like first 2 triple masks is really critical. Like that's the core thing you want to get out of Piston It Away, I feel like.
Yeah.
Warps 4 and 5 are like some of the ones that you do a lot of the most rerouting on if your mask count is off from what is ideal.
Yeah. Like if you had lost a mask, for example, before this level, you, I assume would have done Rocket or Pack Attack, whichever gives you the mask,
Yeah.
to attempt to get it out of there.
Oh, well, that's unfortunate.
No, that's on
We
purpose.
did
No, that was
Oh wait,
actually
is that one on purpose?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
yeah,
because-
Oh, that's new to me. I didn't know that one actually.
I did it kind of wrong, but it was on purpose. That is not on purpose, but that's okay.
It's all on purpose.
You can actually carry that all the way through this dude if you do get hit right there.
Oh,
Wow.
Great.
That was
That was very close. Yeah. So you can slide those like little mech enemies, but if you touch their like ring around them, you will die. So
You didn't activate? That was weird.
no
Yeah,
activator.
no. Sometimes these don't activate if you jump immediately. Yeah.
I saw the light might not have gone, but I saw the shot.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And that's the spot where the PS4 has a platform and PC doesn't.
Oh really?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What's that?
Where it was patched in after, and then we got the PC version where it was still out. Really weird.
This game hasn't been patched much, but there have been a few little weird things here and there.
It's pretty clean. Definitely all intentional.
All right. These levels is just I'm gonna be flying a jetpack, gonna avoid obstacles and try to get to the end. They're pretty straightforward. If I'm missing a crystal, I want my couch to shout at me. Oh, that's unfortunate. That's okay. Other than that, we can read donations for like a couple of levels now.
Fantastic. Just want to remind folks about a couple of the challenges that are coming up. The Lunastice new character level showcase, we are $1,400 out of 5,000, so make sure you get your donations in for that if you want to see that extra showcase. We have got $15 from Silver106, who says, "Hey Murcaz, my best friend, I miss playing NST. Let's race soon."
That sounds like a lie.
I'll take you up on that, but yeah, that sounds like a lie.
Is that our favorite American right there?
got $15 from KP, who says, hey, let's go Murcaz, congrats. And shout out the legends on the couch as well. You have all done a lot for the Insane Trilogy speedrun community. Whoa!
You're seriously like way too good at
Yeah, you're nailing those.
Sure there's not a soundboard back there, please?
I like to think that Nick was just like waiting in a closet, like practicing that over and over and over again, knowing that he's going to be hosting this run.
Thank you so much to the great community members donating also. You can continue for this level as well.
We've got a cool little acronym from Forever Your Angel, who donates $25. And C is for crazy good time with friends and family. R, races, showcases, games nostalgic and new. A, amazing community. S, summer games done quick. H, happiness all around with all of you. Love.
Thank you for the kind words. Yeah.
We've got $10 from Camille. I had to donate during Crash Bandicoot run. Just recently, I've managed to get all the trophies for the first game on PS4, and it took way longer than I anticipated. This game is really hard, but Murcaz makes it look like it's a child's play.
Yeah, if you got the lab plat, I don't remember if that's needed for a trophy or not, but if you did, that's like actually really, really hard. So congrats, that's a big accomplishment.
Yeah.
Getting the flat trophy is so you're already on your way to become a speedrunner. So
Yeah,
just,
honestly.
Turn on the splits and start playing.
That's another reason, like these games, especially the HD versions where there's time trials in all three, like they're really great to hop in and learn to speedrun because the time trials, they're different from the any percent runs, from the any percent versions of the levels, but they're a really good just jumping in point, right? Like they're a good way to get bite-sized speedrunning practice.
It's kind of like, I feel like it's like just the natural progression. If you want to keep playing the game after you've platted it, then speedrunning just makes sense.
That's how it ended up for most of us, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
For sure.
So yeah, entering Cortex again. This is the last level of Crash 2, so we're already done with this.
I never noticed he's not even called Neo in this one.
This is like the most, I always thought this was like the most boring of the bosses, but also the most appreciated one as a speedrunner because it lasts like 15 seconds.
Yeah.
It's pretty short. Yeah, no, this is going, this run is going by way faster than...
Yeah, this is going great.
Yeah, that's Crash 2.
That's 49 minutes real time-ish, 48. I don't know.
Well, that's not bad.
That's really
I feel like you, I don't know what your PB is, but you might have PB'd in Crash
43, 3x? Yeah, it might have
been close.
Yeah, it might have.
Yeah, guaranteed.
You'll have to time it later with the loading usually.
Still no battery.
No FPS counter, sadly.
yeah.
Yeah, no, I also, while I move into the next game here, I want to thank everyone that showed up here at GDQ to watch the run, because it's like, I don't know, 3 a.m. now, 2 a.m.?
2:30.
2:30, yeah. Really appreciate all of you. And all of you watching at home as well. All right, Crash 3 time. My favorite, and Hobbs' favorite. That's how we know that Hobbs has good taste. All right.
I can't believe you hit right to go over there instead of left. Like, I mean, just adding an extra input in animation. I believe this guy, it's like he's never reset before.
Even a speedrunner? I don't know.
So I've done this a few times at GDQ, actually, already. And it's going to be similar to that, but if you haven't watched it, it's quite fun.
There's also some new stuff, especially since the last time it was shown on site, including this very first level, Under Pressure. So Murcaz has already done some tricks, but we'll get back to those because he's going to go out of bounds at the very start of this level. There's some weird interaction to do with the seam here, and now I'm going to shut up for a second. Because Murcaz is about to do some movement where he needs to kind of listen to his spins. So he fixes the camera there.
Nice. Now he's back in bounds, actually. Grabs the crystal.
All right,
nice.
Great
job. So you got out on the first one, right?
Yeah, I did.
That's incredible. Yeah. So getting out of bounds is like the first part that is really hard, and he got it instantly. And then once you're out of bounds, you have to do a lot of movement where it's similar to the hyper jump, the the hyper movement in Crash 1, where all you have to go off of is like the way the camera is moving, and for a lot of it, the camera doesn't move, so you have to just count your spins and like kicks and whatnot to know exactly where you are. He can use things like, he hit a shark that we heard die, and that meant he knew he was back in bounds, and he was able to get towards the next, like where he needed to pick up the crystal. And
there's also, I also did like a slightly safer method there where you fix the camera and you can see...
That log is where I found hop sliding. Yeah. Or maybe it might have been this log. One of these two logs.
Yeah.
I think it was the back one.
Yeah.
It went something like, oh, what
what is going on? What is happening?
It's a good clip.
So I honestly still say that this is, in my opinion, the best level to learn hop sliding on and practice it on, because there's a real, like, the logs are some of the easier thing to start them on, and they slope in a way that's like really good for them. And you have a long flat section that has some hazards to dodge, but not like instant kill ones with deaths if you have a couple masks and stuff.
That was really solid.
That was, it was really good.
This is another good level to learn them on, I think.
Yeah. First level in the game, and even Eternal Woods is like not bad either.
Yeah.
For it's good for training your timing a lot in a couple spots.
Oh, the Hob special.
Yeah, just mess up the very first one right away. Yep. So the thing about hop sliding that, one of the other things we haven't talked about is like you not only need to know how to set it up and what your spacing is going to look like for the whole level, you also need to know the closest backup for you, like where, if you could drop it in any specific point, because it is extremely easy to drop this chain. Sometimes it's your own fault. Sometimes it is because there are various like textures on the wall that when you rub up against them will just cause you to do a flat spin, and there's nothing you can do about it other than just to avoid them. And so you always need to know, like, what is the closest surface that I can start up a new one immediately. And we saw that a lot in Crash 2 as well, but especially in Crash 3, I feel like there's a lot more just flat levels where you have to be aware of that.
Yeah.
All right. So our first, I believe, first level is Coco.
Yeah.
And are there any Coco fans out there? No. Wrong answer, okay? Wrong answer.
Y'all fell for the bait. I knew that was coming.
Yeah.
Murcaz is a Coco hater.
She loses time, okay? Yeah. It's not...
The only reason that the Crash speedrunners don't love Coco is because every time you are spit out of a level, and you have collected a crystal or a gem or anything like that, there's an animation that plays. And the type, like there are 3 different animations, I believe, per character. And one of Coco's loses you like, what was it? Like 30 frames or something like that.
I don't remember exactly.
Yeah.
0.6 seconds.
Okay, so 40 frames.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the only reason, because there's randomness that could cause you to lose like about 2 seconds max in the entire game, the entire run. And that wasn't the animation, so we're good.
I think Blunt has his own reasons for not liking Coco, but just in general.
I mean,
he's always just hated her. I don't know.
We'll have to come back to that one.
So here I'll kind of just wave a bit back and forth. So if you get seasick, look away or
good call.
look at the horizon. Right? Isn't that what you usually say, Hobbs? I can't remember.
Yeah, I don't know. I said look at the horizon, and people are like, that's terrible. I need to look at the jet ski. And I'm like, I don't know, man. Like, that's what I always did.
Do whatever's best for you. Just don't get sick, okay?
Yeah.
That's the good tips.
I was about to remind you to not 108, and then you thankfully didn't. So.
Yeah, got that mistake out of it earlier. Now's a good time for donations.
Fantastic. We've got $25 from Victor, who says, long-time watcher, first-time donator. Happy to donate during a game that defined my childhood and love for video games. Best of luck for Murcaz. May the cycles bless your run. Cheers from Canada.
So I do think we need to kind of start prepping the next thing that's going to happen. already once this level's done, right? Because this is their 5th one in this warp, or do you still have one?
No, that's correct.
Yeah. So Murcaz did a trick at the very beginning of the run, and it didn't look like a whole lot. It might have looked like the camera got a little funky, and that's because he did what we. Well, I don't think we actually have a good name for that
menu
part of
storage?
it. Menu storage. Yeah, that's a fair enough name. Basically, he slid away from the computer while talking to it, which allowed him to add Coco to his party effectively, and get in this like weird state where he was able to just keep moving while the camera happened. So he does that same trick again here, which is going to allow him to switch characters while on an elevator, something you're not supposed to be able to do. And as a result of that, you can actually break out of the elevator. Are we good?
I don't think so.
How did I missed?
Uh-oh.
Oh, I heard a button.
Okay, here's the button.
Yeah, there you go.
What level we're entering now is.
Well, we'll find out. Hey, that's what matters. Okay, so that just skipped the first boss.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. That's not what I must have. So what can happen is that I probably was a bit off on how I moved. So I went through the two of the buttons,
right?
And then I got lost, and since you can't see anything, like usually you just like kind of enter a button. Yeah. So
I thought maybe you got like a flat spin that threw off your spacing or something.
Maybe, who knows?
Yeah, I thought you had fallen. I was waiting for it to
waiting for the whoosh, the whoosh sound. But yeah, so the basics are that when Murcaz performs that glitch, he now has 2 characters that have different weird states about them. One of them cannot jump, but can actually pass through pretty much any wall, but some walls.
Yeah.
And the other character can jump, but cannot pass through walls, which is actually just the normal state that you expect.
Yeah.
And as a result, you can use it to break out of an elevator while it's moving up, which allows you to have enough height to just get around the warp gate that normally requires you to beat the boss. And thankfully, those warp gates always push you away, so when we're leaving later, we don't have to worry about getting back out. It will just knock you out.
I never thought about that, actually. That would just ruin everything.
It would be terrible if they didn't push you out that way. But then maybe there would be some other way to like flip through them or something, who knows. But
just reload a save or something. Well, no, it's
So Tomb Time here is one of our like first Egyptian style levels, and I think a very difficult one in the early game at least. So you have to do a lot of double slides all over the place because there's a lot of pits and some spacing that you want to like take advantage of double slides for. But then you also have oil, which kind of works like ice. It's a little better, I would say, but it kind of works like it. So you have to do like just sliding over and over on it. And then you have these tall limestone blocks that you can get hop slides off of, but they are like at the maximum height of a jump where you can still have a spin going almost. So they are really tough to get. Murcaz got the first one, and then that was a terrifying jump.
I usually don't go for that jump, so I don't know why I didn't.
You did it in practice too, I think. So.
Did I?
There you go.
And it went well.
Ooh, nice stall there in order to wait out that cycle. So that was an extremely good level. We got one more hop slide to go here. I had to jinx it. Yeah, but still, great level. You got all the hard stuff.
Damn you, Hobbs.
Yeah, could have been a gold. But no, that was really great. And he also picked up one mask ball in there because when he went into the Hog Ride earlier. Wait, Hog Ride? No.
Hog Ride, yeah.
Yeah, Hog Ride.
Correct.
When he went into Hog Ride earlier, it was a motorcycle level, and motorcycle levels take all your masks. They're similar to some of the other levels, some of the other vehicle levels we've seen.
Oh, did I get it? I did get it. Okay, yeah. We were talking about this in practice. This is it's a bugged animation. It actually causes you to jump higher. So there is going to be one really hard jump for me at the end of this where I'll probably end up missing the crystal because the crystal is in a very specific place.
Oh, yeah.
So this makes it a lot harder, actually, but it's also very funny. And if I drop the boost at any point here, I cannot boost for the rest of the level until I die. So it just needs to keep going. But I'm really glad I actually got this.
Yeah, this is awesome.
This looks amazing.
All right.
You got it.
Nice.
Yeah, you got it.
Nice.
That's great.
That was great.
Perfect.
So we're done with the Pura levels now at this point, but the only real thing to say about them is that Murcaz is trying to take the straightest line in 3D space throughout the whole route, and oftentimes you want to be like running as much as possible, as long as you're also jumping up hills and jumping to cut corners and stuff. Which is opposite from the original Crash 3 where you jump a lot.
Did you ever explain the portal switch?
Oh yeah, no, we did.
No, I thought about that in Making Waves, but basically when you need to switch characters, because certain levels you have to be Coco for, because like Murcaz picked up Coco at the beginning and she's effectively in your party, you can switch characters at whim, and if you do it as you're entering a portal, then the game will completely skip the animation of like locking you in place and switching characters, while at the same time it will prevent you from getting forcibly switched, which has a long animation as well. So it just means you can enter the portal with the exact same timing as entering any other portal normally, while also switching characters. And that's all talking over this beautiful movement of lots of hop sliding here and lots of riding up on the walls in order to skip various pits.
You can chain it the entire level, basically. Right?
Yeah, okay, nice. I think that was good, like taking that a bit safe. That was a really solid level.
No, that was good.
And Crash 3, I'd say similarly to Crash 2, but maybe even more so, your mask routing is like really important. You really want triple mask at specific points. This is one of the levels that you want it in, because there are just a lot of spots where there's either too many hazards that you want to skip while hop sliding, or there's like a monkey bar section that there is in this level.
Yeah.
Ooh, nice fast bounces there. And double slides are used whenever you can. And here we go. So look at how fast he's like booking it on those monkey bars, and then I think we're gonna get just like a small glimpse of the normal speed at the end. We'll get a little bit. I was forgetting how much that hop slide saved.
Should end right after I'm done here. Yeah.
Yeah, so like look at how slow that actually is. It saves a massive amount of time to have a triple mask here. That's the big thing, is like in Crash 2, I feel like some of the triple masks are not as crucial of a time save, whereas in 3, like most of them are.
Love that guy. Hit me while he's spinning the other way around, like halfway across the map. That is fine. So what happened now, with that I got hit like that, is that I'm gonna do a slight reroute in Warp 3.
Yeah, Warp 3 is like probably the hardest warp in Crash 3 runs, or at least the easiest to just like have errors in.
Yeah, it's so easy to just lose a lot of time because it's very dependent on masks. It's generally very hard, like platforming, and hard to avoid losing masks and stuff.
This is probably like the second fastest boss in the
This is
trilogy.
the most useful case for the glitch high. It's the only reason you can jump over all 3.
Yep.
I assume they intentionally made this possible because it's possible in the original, but
that was a little scary for a second.
it's a really cool boss fight mechanically if you actually play it out. But
It's very weird iframes. That's why.
yeah,
if anybody's wondering, like, well, you skipped the first boss, why didn't you skip the second boss? We actually could. There's nothing like stopping us from doing the gate clip to skip the second boss. But that boss fight is extremely fast, and it gives you double jump, which is very helpful.
yeah. I think it was timed recently that it might be faster to skip double jump, but it's like really, really close, and it would make the run so much harder. So, and the warp or the gate clip into warp 3 is
Not fun.
no.
It was like a second or two.
Yeah, I don't think it'll ever.
It's the kind of thing where
implemented, but
I could see it eventually happening, but like right now, nobody would actually save time from it.
Yeah, exactly.
Even if in a theory route, it's potentially faster.
yeah, exactly.
Kind of thought I would get hit there. Oh, I have the weird like stuck thing.
That was a tight cycle.
Yeah, because I got stuck. Because that vehicle does not work very great. I'm gonna be honest.
I think that's like the worst vehicle in the game. In my opinion.
It is. Yeah, I would agree. The jetboard is probably like the next worst.
Maybe, yeah.
Or actually,
Oh yeah, I forgot.
yes,
Put
there's
that on again.
same kind of out of bounds in this one. And now we're seeing a few attempts at it, so I'm going to shut up.
Yeah, weird, because this one is a lot easier than the other one. All right, nice.
There you go.
Yeah.
Only a few tries.
That one is you do after picking up the crystal, so thankfully all you got to do is get to the exit portal.
Yeah, which is actually the secret exit portal, the second
Yeah.
one you swim down to.
I'm really unsure of what I want to do now.
Doubleheader doesn't seem like a bad idea.
I think I'll do double header, dynamite,
Yeah.
road crash, and then I'll do one mask out, and then take that into warp.
Sure.
Probably.
So this is our last medieval level. These are all like, they still have their complexities, and especially this one is pretty tough. I'd say G-Wiz and this one are both pretty tough, but they are also the most like straightforward to understand and tell why hop sliding saves a lot of time.
Yeah.
Because obviously you're just moving, you're booking it way faster than you're ever expected to be able to go in this game. But I always described these levels in particular and most levels in this game as having primary and secondary objectives. The primary objective is always go fast, don't drop your hop slide chains, just like keep that moving the whole time. And your secondary objective is how many masks do you want to leave with. So in this one, he needed to acquire one mask in order to have triple mask in dynamite. And you want dynamite, like that's really important to have triple mask there. Ideally, he would have been able to go into this warp with that potentially, but
Yeah.
And or out of deep trouble, which I also didn't do. So yeah,
that's true. Yeah,
tried a few times, but
you were close. You almost hit that.
Yeah,
it was just getting stuck. That was a great impression. Whoever that was.
Yeah, that was.
So this is why you want triple mask, because he's going to get a hop slide right here off that first lava pit, and then think of how many lava pits and enemies he is like flying over right now while he has this triple mask.
Yeah, like all of this, he wouldn't be able to get a new hop slide until right here.
Yeah,
So.
and even then it would.
You'd have to
it would be really rough. Yeah, you can go around some of these, but a lot of them you can't. And whenever there's that little like the crash like fish enemy, or that band of fish, I think is what we called it. That enemy, you would lose your hop slide if you didn't have triple mask.
this would have been the best slide if I didn't get stuck there. Actually,
it was still like this is still extremely good.
Yeah, the cycle he's talking about is right there.
yeah, this one.
You wouldn't have to wait on that. But...
Yeah, because if you don't get a hop slide there, you have to wait until you get to that hill. That was a good double jump. Play it safe.
Yeah,
Nice.
so it actually doesn't even matter because I thought about that right now, but I'm going into road crash.
Oh yeah, true.
Oh, for the mask, yeah.
Yeah.
It still would have probably lost a tiny bit of time or something. So we're heading into Road Crash now, which is another motorcycle level. This is like, I'd say one of the tighter ones just in terms of you just do the casual thing for the most part, and it can just be kind of tight, but it should be fine. All that Murcaz is really doing here is going to try to keep boosts as long as possible whenever he hits a boost, and try to take the insides of turns as much as he can, as well as trying to get to the side of this enemy. That's honestly like one of the harder parts of the whole thing is trying to beat that first enemy racer.
Yeah.
So now the rest is going to be like slightly off from a perfect cycle, but Murcaz should be able to adapt just fine. I'd say this is a pretty solid chance for like a minute of donations.
Correct.
Donations? You've got it. We've got $50 from Corrosive Frost. Speedrunning the entire Crash trilogy? That's insane!
Hey.
The puns keep coming. We've got $52 from Mad Wraith, who says, we are crashing Bandicoots, but insanely.
Never heard that joke before.
$5 from Fusion, who says, enjoying the Crash speedrun, first time donator, and hope to see some interesting stuff in the rest of the run. Let's go, Murcaz.
Thank you so much.
$10 from Shurya, had to donate during the game that started all for me in the PS1 era. This run has been incredible, a true testament to the ingenuity of speedrunners. Wampa fruit, anyone?
Okay, I actually like that one.
Yeah,
That was a good like boost that Murcaz was able to hold on to into a turn.
But yeah, we gotta decide on route now. So
Yeah.
Hobbs, do your thing.
Oh, right, yeah. So there are two different routes we could do, whether we do entropy or we skip them. So I'm going to flip a coin.
Ding, ding, ding.
It was non-existent, so you're going to actually go ahead and skip entropy.
Oh, wait,
All right.
you have another level to do?
Yeah.
He had more, but I think he
okay,
just
okay.
wanted to make sure we knew ahead of time.
Yeah, I don't want to think about that in this level because this level is really intense.
Okay.
It's intense if you.
Can't believe
Spreading.
you did this.
So the route we're talking about is that Murcaz is never going to get the Death Tornado Spin power-up from entropy, which every other time we have shown this on GDQ has not been the case. Like, we've always gotten that power-up. And that power-up is what eliminates Hob sliding for the rest of the run normally, and it turns it into mock tornadoes, which are fast and powerful in their own way, but you have to fight a boss to do it. Even though that boss is, like, pretty fast, it's like less than a minute, I think it's like 45 seconds or so. It's still 45 seconds that we can, save some of by skipping the boss. So he's going to be doing a really difficult gate clip with a slightly slower method of it, just to mostly like showcase the new route with a lot of really tough challenges to try to make it faster.
Yeah.
Was it clutching that did all the like routing and everything?
correct.
Yeah, so casually clutching is extremely good at all of these games.
Yeah.
And was like, hey, what if we skip this? We had all a long time been like, no.
There's no way.
There's no way. It's like the mock tornadoes are way too good in like all these levels. And they were just like, let me see what I can do. Let me see if I can cook something spicy up. And
It's a lot of work to have timed it and figured it out, and he did it.
Yep. So what you're actually going to see this time, you're going to see another gate clip, but last time the screen faded to black, and then Murcaz did some movement without being able to see what was going on, and neither could we. Now you're actually going to see more of what's going on, because this one is just really hard to do without being able to see. So Murcaz is setting up an alternate method where on the PC version, it'll allow you to actually see what is happening.
Yep.
So now he is Crash at the moment, which Crash can, I believe Crash is the one that can jump, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Crash can jump. He can switch to Coco, who can go through walls. So he's just barely walked into that rock to go through the wall. And now he uses Crash to jump again, but he's on the outside of the bridge. So he has to switch back to Coco to go through the wall into the bridge. And then he'll probably switch back to, oh no, he doesn't.
He's going into Telltales, yeah.
I thought you were going to switch back to Crash. But
That was super clean.
So that was great.
It's pretty good. So
yeah, Telltales, obviously.
I'm not as good at this route as I am the other one, but as Hobbs said too, I've done. I did this.
You
route
literally did this route like last.
Yeah, half a year ago
Last round,
at AGDQ. So I did really want to do this, but there might be some mistakes for me here and there because this route is really difficult and takes some time to learn. And
It's really hard. So like, if we're being honest, Murcaz choosing this route is probably slower than if he did the route that he's practiced for years and years. But it's really cool, and the like theory behind it, and like with enough time and practice, it is faster than the other.
As of recently, record is actually this route now, so it's
as
like
of-
theory and became like it's actually been shown that it's faster.
as of a few weeks ago, actually.
Yeah. It's Ravage, right?
Yeah, shout outs to Ravage, by the way. An amazing German NST3 and 2 runner that has been grinding the last almost a year, and he's gotten the record that was unbeaten for 3 years, 2.5 years.
If they had done it a little faster, though, I still would have been the longest holding record holder in Crash at one point. So I'm like, come on, Ravage. But no, Potty had it before that. Potty's like incredible. So
Yeah.
well deserved to be currently the longest reigning. But yeah, Ravage starts the new the new wave, I guess.
Yeah.
So you can read a few donations here because this level doesn't have a lot going on.
Awesome. I want to remind everyone about the Lunastice new character level showcase. We're currently $1,425 into that $5,000 milestone. So please keep your donations coming in. Make sure when you are donating that you scroll down after you've entered your amount and select which incentive you want to put your money towards. Just like Overlord318 did, $30, and says, greetings from Amsterdam, the Netherlands. Had to donate during the game that started it all for me, Crash 3. So many happy memories of playing this classic. Very excited to see it getting more love on this stage. I've got another $30 ready if the couch can give us their best. Wow!
All right, here we go again. 3, 2, 1.
Whoa!
I feel like I did a better one there the first time.
Yeah.
Already
So,
Seb
yeah.
started out this level really...
Yeah, Murcaz is having a rough start to this one. So normally you would use Death Tornado Spins to be able to do effectively short bursts of a movement similar to hop sliding on flat ground. But instead he's going to be... Oh man, we're really getting rough with these stairs. Instead, he can do hop sliding still, but he doesn't have that many spots to set them up on. So like that staircase is one of them. The staircases are just really tough to set them up on for whatever reason. So if you get it perfectly, like you can plow through most, if not all of this room, like that water cycle. Because similar to the pistons back in Crash 2, having triple mask will keep the water down and out of your way as long as you have it.
I didn't know you could just skip that guy like that.
I didn't think you could either. I've never seen that before.
Wow.
Hey, you wanted one.
It was actually a good thing that happened.
That platform was
Nice.
Yeah, no. I think Tomb Raider has never gone good at a DDQ.
Probably not.
For anyone.
It's really
Tomb Raider
hard.
is one of, I would say it is up there for one of the hardest levels in like an 90% run of like the trilogy, maybe, at least in Crash 3.
It is hard. It is really hard.
Yeah, getting a perfect one, like just not dying is already actually really hard in a running context in that level, but getting a perfect one is like near impossible. It's just so tough, because even if you do everything right going up to the end, there's like tiny corners to cut and stuff right at the end that are tough to do. So now Future Frenzy, the one thing I do like about this route is that you kind of incorporate some things that we used to do to save micro amounts of time in the console version of this run, which is doing things like sliding off of the very edges of ledges, so that way you can lower yourself below the ground, jump, and then land on it to start a hop slide. We used to do it for different reasons with Death Tornado Spin, but it was still a similar concept. And then that is where we found double slides.
Yeah, for a while we thought it was the only place. Like, we thought you had to be underneath a crate, but...
It turns out we were just always jumping over that box or something.
Yeah.
And now there's some good hop sliding opportunities here, including off of that enemy, which is really great. The one nice thing about like a level like this one is that a lot of the spots where you want to start up a hop slide on this route, is the big float. A lot of the spots where you want to start up a hop slide in this route are actually the same as spots where you would start mock tornadoes, in this level specifically. So Murcaz can kind of lean on that experience. This is a bit tough because, or not, because you get the like weird floaty. Why does that happen again?
Because you don't have, okay, that's good. Yeah, we don't have
Death Tornado.
It just is that floaty normally?
It is that floaty normally,
I thought you were doing something that was causing that to happen too.
No, it's that floaty normally, but it's hidden by the fact that you're in the spin animation.
Spin.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. That's really funny. I would have thought it would have just put you in that spin animation anyways.
I could have done both levels there. I don't know why I switched to... It's getting a bit late, okay? Bear with me, please.
So Sphinxinator is... I would say this route would probably not be faster if not for the out of bounds in this level, if I had to guess, or at least it would be way closer.
Yeah, because the double jump, not the double jump, the being able to hover over and skip riding that one platform, right?
Well, no, what I mean is that like the out of bounds here, you get to carry a hop slide where you would normally have to do a bunch of mock tornadoes.
I see what you're saying. Okay.
So Murcaz is going to actually go out of bounds in this level right here by just jumping up above the roof. And it just so happens that there is a slope part to that roof there because there was a staircase, which means he can start up a hob slide and then do it on this massive, like, flat ground. Sadly, he lost it in the chain there, or he lost the chain at some point there.
It's really hard to keep it because, like, it's one of those like walls that drop it. That you have to pass up there. It looks really weird. It's hard to explain, but there's like holes and walls and stuff that you have to like squeeze by and jump over and stuff, and you can't see it unless you've really taken a look out there with like a camera tool or something.
But regardless, it's nice to be able to like just have some flat ground to continue moving forward the whole way and skip a good chunk of the level like that. Yeah, that's flat.
So going into like 30, 40 second level now, and for that time you can read some donations. But read some donations.
Okay, I've got you. We've had a $250 donation from Rem. He says, "Hey donation team, hope you're doing well. Thanks for everything you do to make this event possible and amazing." Had $20 from Nightboy, who says, "Hey GDQ, hi Austin. It's so insanely cool to see you on a couch for Crash. Good luck on the run, Murcaz. It's been an amazing block so far. Thanks to GDQ for all you do."
Thanks, Knight.
And $50 from Timeless Chronicler. "Another GDQ, I took off work. Another week, my sleep schedule goes insane. Good luck on the runs."
Yeah, my sleep schedule isn't the best now either.
So this is the other gate clip we would do in both routes normally, which Murcaz is also going to do blind again, so I'm going to give him some silence. But he is going to go through the wall here and then switch characters.
Am I dead? I think I'm dead.
Are you?
I don't think so.
I'm not.
No, you hit a level.
Amazing.
I didn't think so. Yeah, I thought
I could like faintly hear that the buttons appeared. So.
I thought I heard the footsteps. It was weird.
Yeah.
Hey, nice. First try on the gate clip.
Yeah, that's the gate clip's gone. Wait, didn't something happen on the first one?
The first one was just like long, but you still got there. Yeah. So that one in particular is like really tough to learn for new runners for very good reason, and is one of the reasons why I often suggest to people to just do what Murcaz did on the second gate clip and make it so that you can see what you're doing. For some reason on console, the game will fade to black and then come back, so you can like always see what you're doing on gate clips. But on PC, it just never comes back. So it gets really tough, but PC saves time in a million other places. So it's worth the trade-off.
I also want to say that if you're watching this, I'm thinking it would be interesting to speedrun it and like all these glitches and movement and stuff. It's not necessary, and they're not as hard as it looks. Like some of them are hard, but they're minimal time save. Like this game is not as intimidating as it looks. I just know a lot of people have been intimidated by it. So,
even like hob sledding, people have trouble when they start trying to learn it, and in the not this route, hob sliding only saves actually like a minute and a half, or like minute 45 or something like that.
Yeah.
It's not as much as it seems like it does.
So definitely what I did when I started this game was actually just slap on a timer and you just play the game. Like you don't need to do any learning. It just kind of comes with time. You just play the game and try to beat your time.
Because these games are so cycle-based anyways, the single like best practice early on is just knowing more about how Crash controls and what the level layouts are like, because the more you can get those just ingrained in your brain, the better you're going to be at navigating through them quickly. Yeah. So I did the same thing as Murcaz was describing. Like when I started running this, I just threw on a timer and just kept going. I didn't learn stuff for a while. And one day I held world record doing that. So like that is a perfectly viable option, and highly encourage people to do it, because if you're not trying to do every single strat and trick, these are extremely approachable games.
Definitely.
heard you lost world record to some weird Norwegian.
Yeah. Some nerd, I think.
Yeah. We're so washed up now anyways that we can...
I'm not even top 10 anymore, man.
But,
you still have top 10. I remember when our PBs were separated by 2 seconds.
Oh.
What was that? That was weird.
Yeah,
That looked like a washed up Norwegian move.
If you're wondering why I'm extra tired, it's because it's like 10 a.m. in Norway now, I think.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, Oren, that's
our
all
last
the vehicle levels.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I can't believe this run has gone by so fast.
Yeah, it has.
Yeah, this is going really well.
If there's anyone still awake in the audience, I'm grateful.
Hey, production, if you don't have your next runner, you might want to ping him. I'm going to throw that out there. Like, there's only 3 levels left in a boss fight, so there's probably about like 10 minutes, if that. Probably less. The boss fight's like 2.5. So.
I mean, give or take 10 minutes.
Yeah. So Bug Light, this is a really great place to practice hop slides as well, and also to practice mock tornadoes if you're using the Death Tornado Spin route. That hill right there, you just go kill that snake, and then you have nothing to worry about around there that could cause you any grief, and you can just practice on that hill. It's pretty good. Ooh, that's nice.
That's such a cool one.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, using the that's okay.
Yeah.
Well, like using the platform as it's falling in order to like let you start up a hop slide. He could have done it there again, but he would have had to jump over a pit immediately, so it wouldn't have been worth the time loss. Yeah. And then that was intentional damage to make sure that that door reopened.
No, I don't want you. Okay, well, that's fine. I would have only wanted 2 masks there, but, you know, it happens. Now I can...
Now you don't have to stress.
Oh.
Yeah, you're not going to be able to keep the door open at the end, I don't think.
Nope.
Yeah.
It's because I had to go back.
Yeah.
Unfortunate.
Another one of those. Oh, good try. Those are hard.
At least you have the ramp right there.
So I'm actually gonna try and, because me and, I don't know if this is the smartest move to do, but I'm gonna experiment a bit on the GDQ channel. Everyone likes a bit of experimenting on it. Yeah, so back in the day, when me and Hobbs ran, so like, 2002, we actually took triple mask in this level that's coming up, which is something we eventually routed out because of the animation for it. But me and Clutching had a few talks about it the other day, wondering like, oh, maybe that's faster. We haven't timed it yet, but I'm just gonna give him like a headliner right here.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
That's sick.
And then if it's slower, you can just blame him, right?
Sure.
I'd love to have more places where I have to stress about how many masks I have, definitely. Okay, so I have an idea already of how this could be faster, which is
Yeah, I'm
nice to
trying
think about again.
Trying to get the side, but I'm not getting anything, so that doesn't help.
Yeah, so he's getting some like regular slide spins right now because he's trying to get hop slides off of these extremely small, like short walls. Another way you could do it, Murcaz, that might end up being worse, is sliding off the sides.
Yeah, the death plane is just
It's
really high.
It's really high.
Yeah.
But
No,
it might be doable.
I'm just too afraid for that, honestly. Like, that's the only reason. Like,
No, that's very fair. So that's a pretty tall one. Ooh, and a turnaround. You can still change the direction 180 degrees and carry a hop slide. It's just really tough.
I don't know why I'm keeping these masks. I don't need them, but...
I mean, Flaming Passion's never, like, fun to go in maskless, so... There's a lot of small time saves that Murcaz tries to go for in places, too, that we're kind of glossing over, but just note that, like, even things like standing on elevators in specific ways to make them move. Hey, you got one there.
Yeah, that was nice.
At least I got to redeem one.
Yeah. All right, sweet. And then I think all we have left is Flaming Passion, right?
Correct.
Last level before the final boss. Sorry, before Neo 3.
Can't believe it's almost over. It went by so fast.
Yeah, it did.
So Flaming Passion, some like it, some don't. I love it personally,
Same.
but it is a pretty difficult level. Like
This level, like, killed so many, not even killed PBs for me, but like made me lose 30 seconds at the end of a PB.
I remember.
Many
Our
times.
world record, I think.
Yeah, there was definitely at least one world record that had it.
Yeah.
And I still think it's great because it's like, it's such a good, the pressure's on, you gotta execute kind of level. It's not about getting and dropping, and not dropping hob slides or even like mock tornadoes that much in the death tornado spin route. It is mostly just make every cycle you can and have like really good bounces off of the various like platforming sections and don't die because there's a lot of hazards in this one and they are all out to get you.
Oh, that was
yeah.
nice.
All right.
Very nice. And I think, Murcaz, as long as you don't beef it really hard, I think that was a Deathless Crash 3. I don't remember a single death.
Once has been counting, right?
Wait, really?
Absolutely, yeah.
So I think as long as you don't beef it in Cortex.
That was a Deathless Crash 3. This might be a PB. Crash 3 PB?
Maybe. I mean, that route is like... But you did
It might be a
the...
full trilogy PB.
Yeah?
I think it... Yeah, I mean, it might be. If anyone timed it at home, feel free to send it to one of the commentators and let them give us the information. But yeah, so Cortex, not a lot happens here.
Yeah, it's you have 3 phases and they're all set except for when Cortex starts throwing mines. He'll always throw 5 of them, but he throws them at variable distances away from himself.
Wow, that was evil.
And that is a terrible pattern. You want him to throw them far from himself without hitting you. But yeah, now's a good time to kind of like do shoutouts and wrap-ups and stuff.
Yeah.
I guess.
If you want to learn how to speedrun this game, we do have a Discord for it. It's linked on the speedrun.com page. If you want to follow any of my wonderful commentators, austinoblivion, Bluntsmosis, J-Hobbs, they're all amazing speedrunners. And I'm so grateful that they commentated and helped me here today, because I've been a nervous mess and would not be able to do it alone. And if you want to follow me, then yeah, twitch.tv/Murcaz, also on Twitter and other social media.
That was almost good RNG, and then he was like the one critical one that he needed to throw far. He decided to drop right at his own feet.
So yeah, I mostly do Crash speedruns, and I want to thank the wonderful community that keeps pushing these games and keep finding new things. I want to thank GDQ for accepting me. Every time I'm here, I think it's the last time, so I'm really grateful for all the chances I've been given, and this has been really fun. And thank you to my family and friends that support me.
Hey, it's good RNG. Time's coming up, so
Yeah,
get ready. It's going to be as soon as his feet leave the ground to enter the portal.
And time. Woo!
So real time, that was 2:26.50, which is really good. I feel
Yeah, that
like
was solid, yeah.
It's really solid.
Well done, man.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it. And that was the Insane Trilogy, the entire trilogy that every comment section ever has been asking for. So yeah, thank you again to my commentators, to my friends, to everyone who was up watching tonight, and everyone who's watching at home. All right, I'll see you guys.
Give it up one more time for Murcaz. An absolutely fantastic run of Crash Bandicoot, the Insane Trilogy. We have had a $50 donation from Lizzie, who says, sending a huge thank you to all GDQ staff for everything you do. I fell in love with my partner over our shared passion for video games, and now we both get to watch Murcaz absolutely destroy this Crash run. Keep up the great work, and let's go fast. Well, we are going to take a short break. Make sure you get up, stretch your legs, stay hydrated, of course, and we will be right back with even more fantastic speedruns. You're watching Summer Games Done Quick 2023, and let's have some more of those lovely donations that you've been sending in. We have had $50 from Anonymous, who says, amazing as always. We have had a $1,000 anonymous donation that just simply says less than 3. So thank you for the love, and thank you for the fantastic donation. We've also had $25 from Madoka X Chico, who says, we gotta see the new Lunistis character, Believe Me Ojo. Of course, that is referring to our Lunasis new character and level showcase. We are now halfway towards that incentive being met, $2,500 out of 5,000. So please keep your donations coming in for that incentive and let's get it met. We have got a $25 donation from Jay Scholl, who says, long-time watcher, first-time donator. I look forward to this event every 6 months and always leave it running on the side. Good vibes, good games, good times. And now we've got a quick message from one of the teams that keeps this event going. Mark your calendars. Flame Fatales 2023, GDQ's next all-women charity speedrunning event, is coming up August 13th to 20th. The Flame Fatales community will be raising money for charity and spotlighting the talented women in speedrunning. Volunteer applications will be open on June 6th. For more information about Flame Fatales, go to gamesdonequick.com/Flame Fatales or type !FF in the chat. If you're a woman interested in joining the FF community, DM at Flame Fatales on Twitter or head to our websites. Right, that is going to be it from me on the hosting desk. I'm going to hand you over to the wonderful Enigma. And I will be back, though, on the couch for the Klonoa run in a few hours. So I'll see you then. Keep your donations coming in, and let's keep it GDQ.
All right, we are here. Summer Games Done Quick 2023, powered by Twitch. It's good to have you here. I'll be your next host for the next 2 runs. I am an Eternal Enigma, and it is great to have you all here. Look at this donation total. We're already at $887,000 for MSF. Let's keep them coming. And I'm going to pick up right where Nick left off. We had some donations come on in here. We had $15 from Bass Cannon, who says, love GDQ. And I'm going to give this my best shot at the time we're at. It says, love GDQ, hype. Oh yeah, they're out here. Doesn't matter what time, they are here. All right, and we're gonna get right into it. No wasting time. We're going to our next run. You saw him earlier this week. You're gonna see him again. It's Blood Thunder with Amnesia Rebirth.
Yeah.